Mooresville, North Carolina.
Colson Miller, Shelby, North Carolina.
Parker Cruz, Coates, North Carolina.
Logan Clark, St. Petersburg, Florida. Let's go NATOs.
Frankie Vasquez, Brevard County, Florida.
Zachary Allison, Harrisville, North Carolina.
Tristan Robinson, Morgan, North Carolina.
Noah Webb, Silver, North Carolina.
Jacobsville, Silva, North Carolina.
Cale Ayler, Concord, North Carolina.
Cesar Rodriguez, Hialeah, Florida.
Trenton Anderson, Orange City, Florida.
Lucas Granada, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Jock Pledger, Monroe, Georgia. Go NATOs.
Davis Bryson, Easley, South Carolina.
Logan Sawyer, Asheboro, North Carolina. Roll NATOs. Connor Crosby, Tampa, Florida. Go NATOs, baby.
Bryce Bowers, Massimo, Tennessee.
Jacob Thompson, Gray, Georgia.
Ethan Coleman, Inwood Island, North Carolina.
Bryce Charlet, Morganton, North Carolina.
Greg Simmons, Pinehurst, North Carolina. NATO Nation.
Cameron Cook, Mount Holly, North Carolina.
Luke Moore, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Kenny Pridmore, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Kirby Sandiford, Kennesaw, Georgia.
Jordan Rao, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hayden Jennings, Beaufort, South Carolina. Peter Fumero, Miami, Florida.
Benjamin Peeler, Raleigh, North Carolina.
Cameron Kilcoyne, Flowery Branch, Georgia.
Juan Perez, Kissimmee, Florida.
Bowden Winter, Loganville, Georgia.
Ayla Wyatt, Gastonia, North Carolina.
Andy Farringer, Holly Springs, North Carolina.
Aiden Williams, Parkland, Florida.
Matthew Evans, Yulee, Florida. Roll NATOs.
Carson Whitehead, Ramsey, North Carolina.
Gavin McCoy, Silva, North Carolina.
Taylor Mattern, Hudson, Wisconsin.
Micah Johnson, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Christian Riley, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Liam Smithson, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Riley Hokon, Powdersville, South Carolina.
Mason Lyon, Williamson, South Carolina.
Adam Rushing, Mount Holly, North Carolina. Brett Burchett, Mooresville, North Carolina. Let's go Tornadoes.
And welcome, everyone. A very pleasant good afternoon here, a Monday matinee from Gilcone Field. I am Brady Penn, live with my co-star here, Eli Carr, here for a day game. The Brevard Tornadoes taking on the Williams College Eefs out of Massachusetts. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Eefs, named after the founder of Williams College, with a mascot of a purple cow. A very interesting team, to say the least. Very interesting backstory. And the NATOs looking to get win number 17 against them, with Cameron Cook on the mound. Maybe more of a bullpen game for the Tornadoes after exhausting most of their big guns pitching-wise in the weekend sweep over Pfeiffer, which we had Eli on the call for. I was not able to be here, but Brevard getting their second straight conference sweep, and now looking for victory number 17 in 23 tries. We've got the lineups for both teams. We'll start it off with Williams. Leading off, number 16, Dave Mossery, the shortstop, followed up by the third baseman, number 26, Jacob Cohn, and then the catcher, Henry Juwan, number 30. The cleanup spot, number 3, Mike Giove, the second baseman. In the 5-hole, James O'Connor, number 19, the first baseman, followed up by number 20, Cole Whitehouse, a designated hitter. Bottom 3 of the lineup, number 31, Anthony Lodds, the left fielder, number 1, Matthew Brown, the right fielder, and number 2, Luca Lopatrone, the center fielder. For the Tornadoes, on the defensive side of things, Cameron Cook, the starter, 1-0 with 9 strikeouts on the season, getting the starting nod today. His backstop will be Kenneth Pridmore. Kenny Pridmore behind the dish. Colson Miller getting a rare appearance at first base today for the Tornadoes. To his right, Blake Burchett, the second baseman. And to his right, Luke Morton, the shortstop, with Frankie Vasquez in his normal spot at the hot corner. From left to right in the outfield, Lucas Granada, Logan Clark, and Taylor Mattern. Mattern in place of the normal right fielder, Zach Allison. And for the Tornadoes, the way they line up, same usual first 6. Blake Burchett leading things off, hitting .357 with 23 stolen bases and 14 ribbies. In the 2 spot, Luke Morton hitting .419 with 23 runs scored and 8 RBIs. Logan Clark in his normal 3-hole, batting .316, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs, and 15 stolen bases for Clark. In the cleanup spot, the big lefty, Cale Ayler, Tornado first baseman, batting .400 with 4 home runs, tied for second in the conference, 26 RBIs, 25 runs. In the 5 spot, the USA South leader in batting average at .491, Frankie Vasquez, 20 RBIs for him as well. Followed up by Lucas Granada, batting .431 with 17 RBIs, 15 runs scored, with Colson Miller, Kenny Pridmore, and Taylor Mattern in the back half of the lineup, the bottom 3 there. Defensively, for Williams, from left to right across the infield, Jacob Cohn at third base, Dave Mossery at short, Mike Giove at second, James O'Connor at first, with Henry Juwan behind the plate, and then the outfield from left to right, Anthony Lodds, Lucas Lopatrone, and Matthew Brown. Tornadoes just a couple of minutes away from starting this one off, wearing the home blues today with the gray hats, looking for win number 17 on the season. We'll be back in just a moment for first pitch. Until then, don't go anywhere, folks. 16-6 Tornadoes taking on the 4-4 Williams College Eefs. And here we go, folks. Monday afternoon baseball here from Gilcone Field. Brady Penn, Eli Carr once again on the call here as Cameron Cook completes his warm-up tosses. Cook starting on the bump for the Nados today. 9 strikeouts for him in a few appearances. A 1-0 record for the Tornado right-hander. On the infield, Vasquez, Morton, Burchett, and Miller from left to right with Kenny Pridmore behind the dish. And left to right in the outfield, Granada, Clark, and Mattern. Mattern getting the start in place of Zach Allison, the everyday right fielder. And a couple of guys that we have not seen as much of. Getting a look here today against the Williams College Eeps out of Williamstown, Massachusetts. More on their backstory and history later, because it is a colorful one. Donning the yellow jerseys with the purple letters and numbers, purple high socks and helmets. LSU-esque look out there. And for the Tornadoes with the blues and the grays, blue tops, gray bottoms, and hats. Pridmore throws down to second, and we are just about ready to get going. It's going to be Dave Mossery to start things off, the shortstop for the Eeps. Cook ready for pitch number 1. The wind up, and here it is. Right down the middle for strike 1 to start things off here, and that's going to be the key for Cook. We've seen him a couple times. The key is to keep the ball in the zone and get some movement to those pitches. Pitch number 2 from the righty is outside for ball 1. Cook, who we saw had a couple dazzling performances as on the mound last year for the Tornadoes, looking to repeat that success, has not had an easy go of it early on here this season. The 1-1. On the outside corner for strike 2, and quickly ahead 1-2 here is Cook. Comes set, and now the 1-2 offering here from the righty. It is swung at, he went, it goes all the way to the mound off the bounce to Cook. He throws on to first to Miller, and that will be strike 3. It looked like it may have been fouled off, instead was deemed a swing and a miss that chopped all the way over from the catcher to the mound. Cook was able to make the play and get it on to first for out number 1. And starting things off with a strikeout here. Strikeout number 10 on the season for Cook. And now here's number 26, Jacob Cohn, the third baseman for the Eeps.
Yeah, I believe the baseball players call that one a sword, Brad.
First pitch there gets him chasing wildly for strike 1. And a sword indeed there on that first appearance. 1 batter, 1 strike, and now ahead 0-1 of batter number 2. Cook takes a look in at Pridmore. The wind and the delivery. Check swing. Did he go? He did not, says the first base umpire. And Cohn taking a look over at the third base coach now, stepping into the box, even at 1 apiece. The 1-1 offering here from Cook is swung on, sent left side, past Morton for a base hit through the left side gap. A 1-out single for the Eeps third baseman. They've got a runner on here for number 30, Henry Juwan, the catcher. Juwan, a sophomore out of Big Flats, New York, Horseheads High School. Some more colorful names, why not? Eeps, Horseheads. And the first pitch here to Juwan is swung on in the air, center field, coming on, backing up, and now making the catch is Logan Clark for out number 2.
And Juwan there had like a Paul Konerko look up there at the plate.
A Gary Sheffield type stance.
Now batting the second baseman, number 3.
And here's Mike Giobbi, the second baseman. Cook looking in now. Giobbi stepping into the box. Jacob Cohn on first, 2 away here in the top of the first. First pitch from Cook here. It's a breaking ball that drops in there for strike 1. And Cook, so far, some really good command as compared to what we have seen the last few appearances for number 5. And hopefully a fix in mechanics or approach that we get to see the rest of the day. The 0-1 coming here from Cook. Low and away for ball 1. Good stop there by Pridmore. getting the start behind the plate.
Cook looks dialed today. His off speed, it's tight, it's compact, it's getting where it needs to go.
And it's got that late break.
Yeah, and he's controlling his fastball really well so far. Excited to see if he can keep it up through the rest of this game.
The 1-1 here from Cook. Low and outside again in the dirt. Knocked down by Pridmore once again, who's getting, again, a rare start behind the plate. Usually we'll see either Hayden Jennings or Brett Burchett back there. But today is Kenny Pridmore's day. Battery mate with Cam Cook, who is behind 2-1. And the pitch, high and inside. Brushing him back there to make it 3-1.
We saw Tristan Robinson behind the plate this weekend in the first game.
Robinson does have a home run on the season, another guy that we've seen behind the plate. And the 3-1 here from Cook. Just misses for ball 4, and now first and second with 2 away for Williams College. Williams College only playing in their 9th game of the season for the NATOs. This is their 23rd. And similar to a few weeks back, the Tornadoes facing a team from a long way away that's here on spring break. Brevard is the spring break destination of 2023, it appears. First pitch from Cook, sent over to second base side, knocked down Burchett, toss over to Morton for out number 3. A clean first inning for Cameron Cook, and we head to the bottom of the first. It'll be Burchett, Morton, and Clark when we get back here. Tornadoes scoreless after half an inning. Back here for the bottom of the first, it'll be Blake Burchett to greet Max Hart. Hart listed at 6'8", the southpaw, making his second appearance of the season. In the first, went 3 innings of 3 runs, but no earned runs, and has a 0 ERA as a result. Hart, the tall lefty, will face a Tornado lineup that did some real damage this weekend and last weekend.
We've seen a lot of tall midweek guys recently, Brady. I feel like the New York team came down. They
6'5", yeah.
6'6", yeah.
Southpaw getting ready for his first pitch of the afternoon, and here it is. And it'll be on the outside corner for Blake Burchett. So both pitchers start off the day in the exact same fashion with an outside strike. Burchett, 23 stolen bags, batting .357, and the second pitch fouled straight back. 14 runs driven in for Blake as well here through 22 games. And over a steal a game. Pretty much if it's a game where Blake Burchett gets on base, you can bet he is going to advance via the steal. No balls, 2 strikes here early, though, to the second baseman. And here it is, lifted in the air, right field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Burchett rounds first, thinks about it now, hits the brakes and backpedals back to the bag. A leadoff single for Blake Burchett. And we'll see if he can make it 24 stolen bases here in just a moment. But he could let Luke Morton swing away here. Morton batting .419, has scored 23 runs and has driven in 8.
That was almost the opposite approach from Burchett right there. All weekend he's swinging early in the counts, getting aggressive, and right there he almost looked like defensive. So
usually aggressive in the count. First pitch to Morton here inside for ball 1. Yeah, usually you see Blake come out swinging, especially to start the ball game. You'll see him go after that first pitch quite often, but there, getting into the 0-2 hole and then sending one the other way for a leadoff single. The 1-0 here to Morton is popped back foul, 1-1. Luke Morton, who we saw in brief stints last year, usually at third base before the rise of Frankie Vasquez, has elevated his game here in his sophomore season, hitting over 400, batting in the 2-hole every day now as a result for the Tornadoes. Throw back over to first. Burchett's caught in a rundown. Throw over to second is by him. Burchett gets in there. The throw was wide right. Blake was dead to rights and then turned nothing into something there, getting into scoring position. So it'll be another stolen base for Blake Burchett, number 24, in an unorthodox way.
that was a great pickoff move by Hart there, especially knowing when you have a left-handed pitcher on the mound and you're still in a bag, you go first move no matter what. But great hustle there from Burchett. Got to think Hart's a little upset there with his first baseman, but
gotta be. Ball and a strike here to Morton, and that one missing high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike here to the Tornadoes shortstop. And yeah, those lefty pickoff moves are tough. You think about guys at the major league level like Max Fried, who has an amazing pickoff move, and it, like you said, it's just really hard. There's such a gray area between what's to home and what's not also. And the 2-1 here to Morton is popped up right side, chasing after it. O'Connor, and he will make the grab in front of the Eafs dugout for out number 1. And then I'll bring up Logan Clark. Clark, the Tornado center fielder, batting .316. Couple of bombs on the season for Logan.
Logan was part of the late surge for the Tornadoes offense yesterday versus Pfeiffer. Had a RBI triple, I believe. That's what it was.
A spark plug for the Tornadoes in the 3-hole. Here goes Burchett. Pitch outside. Throw down to third is not going to get him. Burchett is down. The ball got by. Burchett laying face down. And gotta hope Burchett is all right. He is safe. The throw got by once again. 2 stolen bags. It was a ball to Logan Clark. Burchett now to his knees.
Yeah, you got to think he just got a rib shot there maybe.
Trainer Nicole Harshberger out there on National Trainers Day. Is that what we were told? National Athletic Training Month. Pardon me, an entire month dedicated to the people like Nicole, who's down there right now checking on the Tornadoes' second baseman, who leads the USA South in stolen bases. And that lead just increased by 2, but possibly at his own expense, as he is still being checked out down there. Burchett is up to his feet. He is all good. And to the delight of the Tornadoes, Blake Burchett is up and ready to go. 90 feet away with Logan Clark at the dish. Bottom of the first, both teams with a hit. Nobody with a run yet. And the 1-0 from Hart. Low for ball 2. And now behind the 3-hole hitter, Logan Clark, with a runner on third. Don't want to give him anything to drive here. Anything in the air will likely score Burchett and put you behind early. And the 2-0. Swung on and sent back. Foul by Logan Clark. Now on a hitter's count, 2-1.
It's a beautiful day here, Brady. A little windy out there, but all in all, really nice day here in Brevard, North Carolina.
Starting to get very springy here in the western North Carolina mountains. Had a lot of cold for a long time, and it might be back. And the 2-1 breaking ball misses inside. Yeah, that weather, you never know here in Brevard. It could be 30 one night, and then you wake up and it's 75 the next morning.
That is indeed how it is. I refer to it as the Seattle of the East Coast.
The 3-1 here from Hart is swung on and missed by Clark for strike 2. And now a payoff pitch coming here in just a moment from the 6'8 lefty. Williams sitting right at 500, 4-4. And Max Hart on the mound for him with 1 away. The full count pitch is lifted right side. O'Connor looking at it. He'll watch it go out of play before even crossing the foul line. So another full count pitch coming here in just a second. 7th pitch of the at-bat for Logan Clark. Blake Burchett standing on third. And the pitch. Sent to the right side. It'll be fielded, and the only play is to first for the second baseman, Mike Giove. And the Natos are on the board, 1-0 here. Logan Clark with the RBI ground out, and that'll bring up Cale Ayler, the Tornado cleanup hitter. Cale hitting a cool 400 with 4 bombs, 26 RBIs driven across so far.
And word on the street, Brady, is we might see Ayler take the mound today at some point.
We were told we may see the lefty for the Natos on the hill as Ayler chops one over to shortstop. Throw on to first is not going to be picked by the first baseman, O'Connor. A bad throw there from Masri will put Cale Ayler aboard. Ayler as the DH here in this one, like we said, may see him on the mound per the information we were given. And E6 there will put Ayler on with 2 away, and it'll bring up possibly the hottest Tornado hitter this weekend, Frankie Vasquez, playing a pivotal role in the sweep of Pfeiffer. Batting .491 and leading the conference, and the first pitch he sees today will be inside for ball 1. Wearing the neon sleeve on his right arm, sort of a la Ronald Acuna Jr., Marcelo Zuna. Third baseman for the Natos with a runner on first and 2 away here against Max Hart. That one is a check swing that catches the bat of Vasquez and goes straight back to even up the count. Natos leading it 1-0 here after the RBI ground out from Logan Clark after Blake Burchett stole 2 bags, adding to his conference lead. And the 1-1 taken outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Frankie had an awesome weekend. I believe he went 8 for 10 with 3 doubles, I believe, if not 4, maybe. But he had an awesome weekend at the plate. Very fun to watch.
Can't ask for much more than an 800 average. The 2-1 here is inside 3-1. And you were telling us before the game that Frankie still wasn't happy, still wanted more, and is trying to push the Tornadoes to succeed even more on the weekend. The 3-1 here to Vasquez is low for ball 4, a bat flip as he heads to first. And some of that Frankie Vasquez signature flair to go along with the emotion. And he puts himself on first and moves Cale Ayler up 90 feet to second. And with 2 away, here is Lucas Granada, another great bat for the Tornadoes, batting .431. Seemed like you couldn't get this guy out from the time Natos played Northern Vermont Linden on. Consistent guy for the Natos. And now with 2 on, the first pitch here from Max Hart. It's taken high for ball 1.
Yeah, it seems like Hart's having a tough time here finding the strike zone early on in this game. I believe this is going to be his 21st or 22nd pitch of the inning. That's just not what you want to see this early on in the game.
Yeah. The 1-0. Low for ball 2, and all of a sudden the tall lefty finishing a little too late and missing the zone as a result.
But, of course, the error from Mosery over there at shortstop is not helpful at all.
Yeah, Dave Masri with a bad throw over to first. And the 2-0 here to Lucas Granada. Taking a look back as Hart, he'll still deliver to the plate. Sent straight back foul. And now a hitter's count for Granada, the left fielder for the Tornadoes.
Granada's had a pretty good year at the plate himself, and he's been a great presence out there in the outfield. I mean, him and Clark, and even Allison when he's playing today,
Yeah, great
Or-
defensive outfield.
Playing.
2-1 here to Granada. Is on the outside corner for strike 2. And now Granada going to have to shorten his swing a little bit if the NATOs want to extend this inning. Yeah, like you were saying, a very good defensive outfield with Granada, Clark, and Allison. A lot of speed and athleticism out there.
Lots of speed out there. Good communication by all three of them, too.
See a lot of hats fly off out there. The 2-2 here is sent over to the left side, through the hole. Ayler chugging around third. He'll come around to score. The throw is going to be late, and Frankie Vasquez into second. The NATOs have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
That's a great job, two-strike hitting there by Granada, man. I mean, that's just something I feel like I say every game with the NATOs. Their two-strike approach from 1 through 9 hitters is just phenomenal, man. They get up there, and it doesn't matter if they're down in the count, they're up in the count. They stay so confident, and they just find their pitch, and they just do their job, man. It's awesome to watch.
Absolutely. 2-run lead here in the first inning. Here's Colson Miller getting the start at first base, taking strike 1 there. Miller, who we have not seen a lot of this season, getting the start there with Cale Ayler at DH. No balls and a strike to Miller, and this one is driven to center field, deep, going back, and with room to make the grab, it will be Lucas Lopatrone to finish off the first inning. NATOs played 2, though, and lead it 2-0 as we head to the top of the second. Back here in just a moment, Monday afternoon baseball at Gills Place. Back here for the second here at Gilcone Field. NATOs with an early lead, plated 2 runs, and a correction from that first inning. That error by the shortstop Mossery has been changed to a single for Cale Ayler, so another base hit for Cale. One of 3 singles in the inning for the Tornadoes, and now Cameron Cook back to work. First pitch for him in the second is a breaking ball that misses high. Cook with a nice first inning, a strikeout paired to the flyout and a ground out. Single and a walk in there as well. The 1-0 pitch here from Cook is lifted in the air, center field, ranging back, and on the warning track, a can of corn, or just in front of the warning track for Logan Clark. Out number 1 there, Cole Whitehouse, a DH, being retired. And now here's number 31, Anthony Lodds, the left fielder for the Eeps. 2-0 Tornado lead here. Cameron Cook 4 outs deep into this thing, and now facing the left fielder for the Eeps. First pitch here is inside for ball 1.
Looks like the ball is coming out of his hand pretty well today, though, off the mound for Cook.
Yeah, those inside misses might be a little bit scary for these Eeps hitters. It's had a couple already.
Pack them up.
The 1-0 is sent left side in the air, looking on, coming on now. Clark in front of Granada. They'll let it drop in front of them. Clark upset. Going into second, throw not in time and off the mark. It'll be ruled as a double, although really just a defensive miscommunication. You can't rule it as an error. It didn't touch anyone's glove. But, man, Clark maybe a little bit too ambitious coming into Granada's space. I know as another outfielder in the corner, you got to give way to the center fielder, but Clark never fully committed, and as a result, dropping right between the two. A one-out double for Anthony Lodds, and the first pitch here to Matthew Brown is on the black for strike one.
You got to feel like we maybe jinxed him there a little bit, Brady, just talking about the communication skills that all those guys have out there, and first opportunity they get to talk out there, they boof it.
The 0-1 here to Brown, a send in the air left field, chasing after it. Granada, that one is gone. A 2-run bomb for Matthew Brown resets us 2-2. Cook getting dinged up there, and could have been a 2-out solo home run. Instead, a 2-run bomb with 1 away. And things are evened up at 2. Both teams with 3 hits. And that one that we just saw, the biggest one of the afternoon here early on in this contest.
And that kind of goes back to what we were saying about the wind there. It looked like it helped that out a little bit.
It helped carry it out. First pitch here to Lucas Lopatron. Drops in there for strike one. Looked like Granada had a beat on it. Got close, but was not able to have any sort of play there on that one as it flew over the fence. The 0-1 here to Lopatron. Check swing. Did not go. That one's in the dirt anyways for ball one.
Yeah, I think Cook left that fastball up right there, and it's just tough to do. Just with the wind blowing and everything, it's just tough to do.
Right fielder taking advantage. The 1-1 here to Lopatron is in the dirt past Pridmore for ball two. And if you're Cook, can't let that rattle you. You're just playing in another 0-0 game now. You know your offense can get you runs. And the 2-1. Base is empty. Misses high for ball three. 3 balls and a strike, and Cook all of a sudden running into some trouble these last few hitters.
It's just important to take a deep breath and calm down. It's part of the game.
3-1 is swung on and chopped foul. Count ran full. Three hits for both squads. And the payoff pitch here from Cameron Cook. Breaking ball, check swing, did he go? It will be ball 4. Cook issuing a 1-out walk there, and that'll send us back to the top of the order. Dave Mossery, who struck out his first trip. And Cameron Cook could really use a ground ball, either to short or second here. Burchett and Morton both playing close to the bag. Miller holding the runner on. Now throw back over to first. Not in time. Lopatron diving back in safely.
Yeah, it's a pretty healthy lead over there at first base.
Pitch from Cook. Floats outside for ball 1. Ball and no strikes. Here to Dave Mossery, the shortstop for the Eves, who struck out in inning number 1 to start the ball game off. And the 1-0. Low and outside again for ball 2, and Cook's got to find the zone. Seems to be a little bit rattled after that 2-run dinger. Ahead in the count, 2-0 is Mossery. Cook comes set, and the pitch. High and inside for ball 3. Cook in danger of back-to-back 1-out walks.
Yeah, I think if he walks him here, someone probably needs to go up to the mound and calm him down, whether that's a coach out of the dugout or his catcher.
It's early on. He's got to realize that. 3 balls, no strikes. Shirley taking here. And wisely taking ball 4 2. Mosry back-to-back walks for Cook after the 2-run homer. Here's Jacob Cohn, the third baseman for the Ephs. Cohn singled his first time up. And the first pitch outside. Another ball. That's 6 balls in a row for Cameron Cook.
Yeah, he's got to, like you said, just realize that it's early. It's all right. It's all right. I mean, like you said, it's a 0-0 ball game again.
Give your defense a chance here. Ball and no strikes here. That one, a breaking ball, lifted in the air, left field, coming on. Under it now, Granada. He will make the catch. Nobody going anywhere, and that'll be out number 2. And now maybe Cameron Cook can take a deep breath, getting one in the zone, getting it in play, and getting it out there. The second of inning number 2 here.
Now batting the catcher number 30.
Here's Henry Juwan, flew out to center his first time up. Did square it up pretty well. And now with 2 away and 2 on, Cameron Cook going to try and work his way out of the second. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 1. And sort of a breaking news here. Brevard taking home a couple awards, the baseball team, but the USA South Baseball Player of the Week, Frankie Vasquez, and the Rookie Pitcher of the Week, Connor Crosby. Crosby pitched on Saturday, getting a victory for the Tornadoes, as that one missing for ball 1. 7 scoreless innings against Pfeiffer for Crosby. 6 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. And the 1-1 pitch here from Cook. Breaking ball, lifted in the air, left center field. That one deep, going back after it, Granada. That one is gone. A 3-run homer to take a 3-run lead for Williams, and Cameron Cook has allowed his second home run of the inning.
Yeah, and it looked like he just left the breaking ball hanging there. And
that high curve just did not bite the way he wanted it to and didn't get as low as he wanted it to. And all of a sudden, after a 2-run first, the NATO's getting hammered up a bit here. 5-2 here in the second.
Now batting second baseman number 3, Mike Giove.
I'll bring up Mike Giove. 8th batter of the inning for the Ephs. And the first pitch nearly hits him. Giove getting out of the way. And surely not a frustration pitch there by Cook, but just losing his composure at the moment. A little bit rattled. The 1-0, low and away for ball 2. And Cook has got to stop compounding his mistakes. It seems a lot of what goes on with Cook is mental, because the beginning of the game was going great, and now here in this second, slightest mistakes have led to bigger ones. That one ripped in the air to left field. Granada is going to watch it fly out of here. A 3rd home run of the inning, this time off the bat of Mike Giove. And somebody's got to go talk to Cameron Cook at this point. Multiple walks and 3 home runs here in the second. And after a scoreless first, the Williams College Ephs flexing their muscles.
And that one got out of here quick. The other 2 kind of hung up there, moonshot type deals. That one was on a line. I thought Granada honestly was going to make a play out there.
And Granada was playing deep. It looked like it wasn't going to get the height it needed to get out, and all of a sudden just off the yellow lining at the top of the wall, flying out of here. And back-to-back home runs now for Williams. Henry Juwan and Mike Giove. Here's James O'Connor, first pitch to him, taken outside. And right now for Cook, everything's either missing the zone, and if it hits the zone, it's getting sent a long way.
Just got to take a deep breath.
A ball and no strikes. And this one ripped right side. Ayler's got it, or not Ayler, Miller on a hop, excuse me. Used to seeing the lefty over there at first, but this is Colson Miller to retire Williams College here in the second. They tack on 6 runs on 3 home runs, and now as we head to the bottom of the second, Tornado offense with some work to do to pick up Cameron Cook. NATO's trail at 6-2. Back here in a moment. back here for the second. Kenny Pridmore leading things off for the Tornadoes.
Now batting for the Tornadoes, the catcher, number
Max Hart all of a sudden with a big lead to work with. Gave up 2 first-inning runs. Went back to the dugout trailing 2-0 and now comes back out leading 6-2. Pridmore, seen him in a few games, 7 games this season. A couple of base hits, and that one sent back foul for strike 1.
It's a good first swing, though, getting up there, being aggressive. Knowing you're down a little bit, you know, but also realizing that you got a long time till the end of the game. So
You got to get going piece by piece. You don't got to make up 4 runs here just in the second. The 0-1 from Hart is on the low and outside part of the zone for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Pridmore in a hole here to start off the second. And the pitch from Hart is sent foul down the right side. Pridmore staying alive here. 3 home runs off the bats of the Eves in that top half of the second. NATO's now trailing it 6-2. Hart, the 0-2. Lifted in the air, left field, coming in, and that one is going to drop between the left fielder and the shortstop. Between Lods and Mosry, nobody could get to that one. It'll be a leadoff single for Kenny Pridmore. Kind of reached out and poked that one in the air to left, right where nobody else was.
once again, another example of 2-strike hitting there by the NATOs, man. It's just fun to watch.
Pridmore, a catcher, likely not to steal here. And it's Taylor Mattern in the box. First pitch to him, way inside for ball 1. Mattern getting the start in right field in the 9 spot for the NATOs today. Both roles that are usually filled by Zach Allison. And today's Mattern's turn. And the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Big cut on the breaking ball there. Chasing low after it. And the count even at 1 apiece. Pridmore standing on first. Nobody away here in the bottom of the second. Gilcone Field. And the 1-1 from the lefty. On the inside corner for strike 2. And Mattern got to protect here. Also got to be careful not to roll over and give Williams the chance at a double play. At a time where some runs are crucial. Trailing by 4 early on now. And the 1-2. Lifted right side. O'Connor coming underneath it and will make the catch. And honestly, if I were him, I would have let that drop, step on the bag at first and throw to second. But making the catch there and only getting the 1 out is James O'Connor. And lineup flips back over to Blake Burchett with 1 on and 1 out. Kenny Pridmore, the catcher, standing over on first. Hart taking a look over there. And now delivers to the plate. Breaking ball taken low and inside by Burchett for ball 1. Hart, the 6'8 lefty, playing with the lead all of a sudden after 2 first-inning runs allowed. This one is sent off the handle of the bat to the Williams dugout. Blake Burchett now in a 1-2 hole.
Yeah, Hart's doing a great job today so far, pounding that inside corner. Or strike 1 rather there on the foul ball. Burchett stepping out now. Hart was ready to go. That foul ball off the hands to the right side a moment ago. Hart seems like he's had more success when he gets ahead in the count and gets those early strikes. I mean, that goes for all pitchers, but especially here today for Hart. A different approach once he gets ahead, but missing there to fall back behind. 2-1 hitters count for Blake Burchett. Kenny Pridmore standing on first after his leadoff single. Taylor Mattern popped out. Now here's Burchett as he rips one over to short. It's booted. An error there
by Dave Mossery, nearly his second. Was ruled a single on the bad throw he had in inning number 1. But this one surely will be an error on the line for Mossery as Blake Burchett gets to first.
Now batting for your Tornadoes shortstop number 3, Luke Moore.
Kenny Pridmore moving up 90 feet to second. And here that's got to be an error, I think. It's in there for a strike. Once again, Mossery getting some favor from the scorekeepers. The error will be ruled as a hit. It did come off the bat hot, and Mossery is back down to no errors on the day instead of 2. And throw back over to second. Mossery is able to haul that one in and stop it from going into center field. Hart worrying about Pridmore now. And so that will be the second base hit for Blake Burchett on the afternoon. 2 singles in 2 tries for him. Nados could use an extra base hit. 5 singles on the afternoon, and Morton rips that one past the third baseman. Pridmore coming around. This ball will roll for a minute. Burchett coming around second. He'll get around third and score. Coming into second is Luke Morton, and just like that, the Nados have tacked on 2 more to get back within 2. An RBI double there for Luke Morton, who is just a hitting machine lately. All season long, really, but lately, Luke Morton tearing it up. Came into today with a .419 batting average, and now with an RBI double there. That number will climb as Logan Clark steps into the box. And you can never rely on a home run, but if there was ever a time for the Nados to hit one early on in this ball game, it would be here. Clark will take his hacks against Hart. The first pitch here is in there for strike 1. Clark with a patient approach.
Yeah, the wind's died down a little bit, so Nados might not be as fortunate with the wind helping the ball fly out of here. But
you don't want to swing for the fences, but hey, if you can get one, touch up on it. The 0-1 is sent back foul, and that was an aggressive hack from Clark, and he might be thinking the same thing we are. With the Nados' best power hitter on deck, Cale Ayler.
Yeah, that was a really healthy hack there by Clark.
Puts him in a hole now. 0-2. Hart with a runner on second behind him. And Luke Morton takes a look back, takes another look back. And now the pitch. Breaking ball missing high for ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes here to the Tornado center fielder. And the pitch from Hart is ripped in the air right field. Chasing after it and dropping for a base hit there. Coming around third here is Morton. Throw to the plate is off the line. Luke Morton comes across, and it's an RBI triple for Logan Clark, and the Nados are back within a run. An offensive-oriented second inning. Already 9 combined runs between the 2 teams here in the second frame. And somebody's got to tell the pitchers that there was a game today.
We also need a stat on 2-strike hitting. Just this game alone already for the Nados.
The 2-strike approach for the Tornadoes has been excellent.
Phenomenal.
Did Burchett have 2 strikes when he hit his?
I believe so.
First pitch to Ayler is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
I believe so. I think every base hit this inning has.
Morton's was the 2 strikes as well.
1 or 2.
I think it may have been. The 2-strike hitting has been phenomenal. The 0-1 here to Ayler, cut on and missed in the dirt. Clark a little aggressive there, and the catcher, Henry Juwan, taking a look back. And a chance for some more two-strike hitting here for Cale Ayler.
It's important to put it in play. I mean, you got to know while you're in the box you got one out. Just try and
send one in the air here. Be all tied up.
do a job.
No balls and 2 strikes here to Cale. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Nasty breaking ball. Ayler flailing after that one for strike 3. And that'll be the first strikeout for Max Hart. And it'll be out number 2, more importantly. Now Frankie Vasquez will step into the box. Walked his first time up. And in an afternoon that just saw him a few minutes ago named the USA South Baseball Player of the Week. A great spot for him to step up here and further prove that.
Mr. Suave himself.
First pitch to Frankie, taken for ball 1. Vasquez, hottest hitter on the team right now, no question.
Maybe on the planet, Brady. Maybe.
I don't know. Matt Olson's got 8 home runs in spring training. Hit another one today. That one's to the backstop. Logan Clark will come across without a play, and we are tied up, and the bases are now empty for Frankie Vasquez. A passed ball there. A wild pitch will be the ruling against Max Hart, and we're all evened up here at 6 apiece. A second inning that looked so dire for the Tornadoes about 10 minutes ago, and we're back even once again. Early on, a wild one. The 2-0 to Vasquez in there for strike 1.
Such a different way to score runs for both teams today, where the Eafs are relying on a whole lot of power and Tornadoes are the 2-strike hitting.
Chipping away, yep. The 2-1 here to Frankie is going to bounce at the plate for ball 3.
I believe he walked the first time as
Vasquez
well, looking at potential to get another one here.
Yeah, possibly. Nobody wants to pitch to him right now. If they read the scouting report, spring break scouting report, do not pitch to Frankie Vasquez.
He will make you pay.
3-1 here to the third baseman and the pitch. In there for strike 2. Frankie thought it was ball 4 and was headed on to first. I'm glad he didn't hit another bat flip there on that walk. That might have made the not top 10.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch there because from up here it looked like a ball, but clearly not to our man behind the plate. So
2 outs here, bottom of the second, tied up at 6 apiece. The payoff pitch is popped up, sent back, and Juwan will have no choice but to watch this one float over the fence towards the spectators. And in the bullpen for the Eafs right now is number 22 as Frankie rips that one left side. It's bobbled, picked up again, and the throw on to first in time by Jacob Cohn to get the final out there. Number 22, Nick Skira, the pitcher's name that we were looking for, but it does not matter. Tornadoes retired. We head to the top of the third, all tied up once again at 6 apiece after a 4-run frame by Brevard. 6 each as we head to the top of the third. Back in a moment. Top of the third here at Gilcone Field. A wild second inning. 10 combined runs between the two teams. And we're evened up at 6 apiece as we begin the third with Cameron Cook still out there. a rough go of it in the second after a smooth first inning. And the first pitch here to number 20, Cole Whitehouse, is in there for strike one.
It's a good job right there by Cook coming out. First pitch, getting the strike across the plate. Hopefully looking to bounce back a little bit here in the third. Crucial for him to bounce back, honestly.
The 0-1 here from Cook is going to miss in the dirt for ball one.
Looks like we have someone up out there in the NATO's bullpen as well. Can't really see exactly who it is, but
the 1-1 is in there for strike two, and it's number 27, Matt Evans, in the bullpen. Evans was a guest on Tornado Talk last week, talked about some of the crucial appearances he has made early on as a freshman for the Tornadoes. Two-strike pitch is fouled off to the right side by Whitehouse. What was the third out of the second inning for them? Do you remember? Yeah. Ball and 2 strikes here. And the pitch is lifted in the air, center field. Coming on after it and making the grab is Logan Clark for out number 1. And the same result for Cole Whitehouse. Both of his ABs are flyouts to Logan Clark. And we'll bring up Anthony Lodds, the left fielder. Lodds reached on the quote-unquote double in the second inning, the drop between Lucas Granada and Logan Clark. And the first pitch to him here in AB number 2 is a breaking ball that misses. Ball and no strikes here to the left fielder. The 1-0 here from Cook. This is high. 2-0 here to Anthony Lodds, who was 1 for 1. 1 out, nobody on here, top of the third, tied up at 6 apiece. And the pitch from Cook, chopped over towards the NATO dugout. Look out. Right over there in the direction of Jock Pledger. Was not able to come up with it. Not able to catch that one, and probably a big reason why he plays defensive back for the Tornado football team.
I feel like Jock just finds ways to he finds ways to find shout-outs from us.
Telling you, 2-1 misses high. Even when Jock Pledger's not in the game, he will somehow get mentioned. Maybe those are the perks of being Mr. Brevard.
Jockey Pledger.
Walnut Grove product. Not in this game. Cameron Cook is, as he delivers the 3-1. And a swing and a miss. Big cut there from Lodds, trying to take advantage of the 3-1 count. Not able to do so, and we're full.
Yeah, we've seen some big hacks so far from both squads today.
Absolutely.
Early week game, looking to do some damage.
The payoff pitch from Cook just misses the zone. Another walk there.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That looked like a strike last inning, we'll say.
And maybe a missed call there perhaps, but as it stands, the 4th walk of the afternoon already for Cook. 3 home runs and 4 walks is not going to buy you a lot of success as a starting pitcher, and you got to reel it in with both the control and when you get it in the zone, don't give them something hittable. Matthew Brown, one of the guys that hit a home run, and here he is. First pitch misses outside. Matter of fact, throw down to second, and Lodds in there safely.
It looked like a delayed steal.
Excuse me, yes, a delayed steal. I had looked down at the scorecard, looked up, and heard some commotion and saw a guy flying into second. Stolen base there for Lodds after the walk, and now Brown has a man in scoring position. Hit a home run his first time up, and the 1-0 from Cook. Missing low and outside, and I feel like that's where Cook has consistently missed, is low and away. I'm not sure if he's just releasing his breaking ball too late or what's happening, but that is consistently the spot, that left-handed batter's box, where he's been missing when he has. The 2-0, missing high that time, 3-0, and possibly an overcorrection there from Cook. And it seems like when Cook gets flustered, the mechanics kind of just go out the window.
Yeah, it's crucial for him to just reel it in. Stay calm. I mean, you saw what your offense is doing for you so far in this game.
Absolutely. You want to stick around to enjoy it. 3-0 shows bunt, pulling back, nearly hit. Throwback down to second, and getting in there safely is Lodge just past the tag of Burchett. And Brown reaching first, back-to-back walks. It'll be Lucas Lopatrone who walked his first time up. Go figure. First and second with one away. Cook just issued his 5th walk of the afternoon here in the top of the 3rd. The first pitch, missing for ball 1. And at some point you got to wonder when a mound visit is coming. Are Rob Julian and Mike Victory just going to let Cameron Cook ride this one out, you wonder?
I think they expended a lot of arms this weekend. I know Trent Anderson threw 126 pitches in the first game of the weekend, and then Crosby, of course.
One pop back foul, and yeah, not nearly as quick a hook as possibly normal when you're playing your 4th game in 3 days.
That is one thing the NATOs do a lot of every year, though, since I've been here, is just they play a lot of games.
The 1-1 here is in the dirt. Pridmore can't find it, but it doesn't get past him enough for either runner to take advantage. But it does put Lucas Lopatrone in a hitter's count, 2-1.
Yeah, and that's one thing we haven't really seen since the first inning from Cook is working ahead. I mean, he threw first strike, or the first pitch of this inning, it was a strike. But other than that, I think the first pitch has been ball.
Now I'm missing low. Throwback down to second. Gets by Burchett into center field. Clark will not throw it to third. Wanted to try and deke Brown into heading to second. And a throw back down to second behind the runner does not prove to be fruitful for Pridmore. And there are runners on the corners with one away in a 3-1 count, and this just smells like trouble for the Tornadoes and Cameron Cook once again.
Yeah, that just looked like he caught middle infielders for the NATOs there off guard with that throw down. Don't really know what was happening there.
The 3-1 in the zone to load up the count. And we'll put Lopatrone in a position where he's got to swing at anything close.
Seeing Cook just looks so confident with that delivery right there. And if he can mimic that all day, it'd be big for the NATOs.
Full count pitch is lifted in the air. Deep left center, chasing after it. Granado will not make the catch on the wall. It drops out. A run will score, but it could have been much worse. A couple feet away from another home run there. Granada with a valiant effort on the track, not able to come down with it. It will be ruled as a single for Lopatrone, and Williams is back in the lead, 7-6.
Yeah, that's a tough play out there, giving chase that close to the fence.
Mike Victory's got some sort of gripe with the umpire here. I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, Vasquez over there, third, pointed it out as well to the field umpire.
Not sure what the complaint is, but whatever it is, the conversation over quickly. And now with runners on first and second with one away, Mike Victory wants to come out and wants another piece.
Nah, I think this one's going
Or, yeah, he's just seen enough of Cook.
Yeah, it looks like it. Call the bullpen there. Tough day.
Cook, as it stands, has allowed 7 runs, 6 hits, 4 walks, 5 walks. So not the best of outings for Cameron Cook. And in comes Matt Evans, the freshman, who we've seen a couple times this season to try and clean things up with a one away in the top of the third. Back here in just a moment. Tornado Matinee Baseball, 7-6 Williams as it stands. Out on the mound now for the Tornadoes, Matt Evans trying to pick up the pieces for Cameron Cook, who's gotten knocked around quite a bit here in the top of the third. Tornadoes trailing at 7-6, and really, if it wasn't for the Tornadoes' strong offense, this game would be too far gone. But able to put up a 2-spot and a 4-spot in the first 2 innings. Still got plenty of game left to go, but you can't continue to allow these big innings, as in this one, Williams started off with a flyout. Since then, a couple of walks and a deep RBI single. And it's the leadoff hitter, Dave Mossery, for the 3rd time in 3 innings, and that's not a sentence you ever want to hear. The leadoff hitter being up for the 3rd time in as many frames. And the first pitch from Evans is low for ball 1. Mossery has struck out and walked. Brown and Lopatrone, the 2 base runners for the Eafs. And the 1-0 runner goes, throw down to third, not in time. Vasquez able to haul it in, a double steal actually, as Lopatrone gets into second. And now 2 in scoring position for Williams with 1 away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe took advantage there of the long delivery from Evans here on the mound.
The 1-1. Spiked in the dirt. Good stop by Pridmore. And with already going to the bullpen here in the 3rd, got to think that does increase our chances of seeing Cale Ayler on the mound today. We heard that was a possibility, but for now, time to lock in on Evans. The 2-1 with 1 away.
The potential
on the inside corner for strike 2.
The potential of Shohei Ayler making an appearance today would be wild for the Nanos, but it'd be fun to watch.
Cale Ayler told us he drew inspiration from Shohei Ohtani last week. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe you said that to someone. The 2-2 pitch is chopped onto Vasquez. Throw onto the plate is in time. What a play. Frankie Vasquez heads up baseball to keep it a 1-run game and get the 2nd out. Fielder's choice there for Mossery. A 5-1 fielder's choice. And now back to runners on the corners with 2 away for Jacob Cohn, who is singled and flied out to left. Evans trying to get this final out in the 3rd. And the 3rd baseman for Williams, the only guy standing in the way of that. 2 away. And the pitch. Low and outside for ball 1, and a bit more attentive to the runner at first after the Eafs took advantage of that long delivery just a moment ago. That was a nice pick a second ago by Frankie Vasquez. And a great heads-up throw to the plate to keep it at 7-6. The 1-0 delivery, breaking ball popped up, and that one will get out of play. Count even at 1 apiece, 2 away here. Inning number 3 at Gilcone Field.
And it's crucial here to limit the damage as much as possible with 2 away.
The pitch. Low, ball 2, runner goes to second, and there will not be a throw attempted by Pridmore. And once again, a base hit now can really do some extra damage. With 2 outs and 2 in scoring position, runners will go on contact. And the pitch from Evans. Swung on and missed. Count even at 2. And a strike away from getting out of it here is Matt Evans.
Yeah, and it's crucial to get this out here because today doesn't seem like it can be a good, big offensive day for either teams with the bullpen depth that they have right now. Especially the Tornadoes coming off the weekend series against Pfeiffer.
The 2-strike pitch is spiked in the dirt, has Pridmore, and coming across to score will be Lopatrone. Lopatrone coming across to make it an 8-6 ball game. And now a runner on third for Matt Evans. That run will be charged to Cameron Cook. And the count ran full. The full count pitch from Evans is lifted in the air, left field. Chasing and making the grab is Lucas Granada for out number 3. 2 runs come across for the Eafs there in inning number 3, and they lead it 8-6 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Back here for the home half of the 3rd at Gilcone Field. NATO's trailing once again. This has been a wild game already here through 2.5 innings. NATO's got off to a 2-0 lead. Trailed 6-2 after the top of the 2nd. Got it all tied up at 6 apiece and now trail again 8-6 as we start the bottom of the 3rd. Lucas Granada chopping one foul. Nice play over there by associate head coach Rob Julian.
That could have been a great way to start the inning there, especially with third base playing a little off the line and in on the grass there, potentially expecting a bump from Granada.
Square one up here. Could get extra bases. The 0-1 here too. Lucas is in the dirt for ball 1. A wild last couple of innings, and the NATO's trying to send their best shot back after Williams responding once again offensively after a 4-run second for the NATO's. A ball and a strike. Pitch lifted in the air, shallow left field coming on, and making the grab is the center fielder Lucas Lopatrone for out number 1. Granada flying out there. It'll bring up Colson Miller, who flew out to center his first time up in the 1st. Matter of fact, was the final out in that 1st inning. And with the bases empty, going to try and get something going here. The one away in the bottom of the 3rd. Max Hart out there for his 3rd inning of work, and his first pitch to Miller is way outside for ball 1.
Big gap there in right center.
Pitch to Miller, high and outside again, ball 2. And Hart, he's been effectively wild, I believe is the terminology you could use here. Has not hit his spots with the consistency that Williams would like, but has gotten some outs. And that one, a generous call on the outside corner for strike 1.
Yeah, that's a great job by the catcher there, framing that one. Helping his pitcher out a little bit there.
Henry Juwan moving that one, making it a 2-1 count. Colson Miller getting a rare start at first. And the pitch swung on and missed, and the count back to even at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, nobody on here. Home half of the third at Gilcone Field. NATO's trailing at 8-6. And the 2-2 to Colson Miller. Taken high and the count's full. Talk about the 2-strike hitting the NATO's have had today. A chance to add on to that here with 1 away.
It's important to put it in play because you never know what could happen, you know.
The payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4, and Miller will draw a 1-out walk for Kenny Pridmore, who singled his first time up. Taylor Mattern on deck behind him.
Batting for the Tornadoes, the catcher, number 41.
As long as Pridmore doesn't send one on the ground here. So no pitcher has had a clean inning yet. First pitch for Pridmore is popped up right side. We'll get well out of play. Pridmore looking for his second base hit of the day to try and get some momentum going here in the bottom of the third. That one lifted in the air, left field, going back, and that one is gone! Off the roof of the pen, Kenny Pridmore will circle the bases, and this one is all tied up once again at 8 apiece. Kenny Pridmore taking advantage of his opportunity today. A single and now a home run, a tank there by Kenny Pridmore. Tying this one up at 8 apiece. Nice. The Tornadoes just continuing to answer. And if they can get some solid pitching, this Tornado offense could carry them a long way today.
Yeah, these boys are seeing the ball well. And really both dugouts, man. I mean, that's 4 home runs today, and it's only the 3rd inning.
Seeing their best cuts for sure. First pitch here to Taylor Mattern. He tries to do the same thing. Cannot connect, 0-1. Kenny Pridmore, how about the kid? 8th appearance of the season, and now the single and a home run his first 2 trips up. 0-1 to Mattern outside. All tied up at 8 apiece in the bottom of the third. Where would you rather be on a Monday afternoon? The 1-1. Outside for ball 2.
I don't know. I think Fishhorn right now would be pretty cool, Brady.
You know, I'll agree in those spots before the NATO's hit. Down 6-2, down 8-6. I might agree there. But when we're even or leading, watch out. The 2-1 to Mattern misses the zone there for ball 3. Three balls and a strike here. And that one outside for ball 4. Another little finesse type bat flip on the walk for Mattern. And it'll bring up Blake Burchett, and we'll see if this is a pitching change or not. Is it the end of the line for Hart, or is it just a talk? We will see if he gets the ball taken from him, or if it is just a conference. For now, it looks like Hart's going to keep the ball. That's Pridmore's first career home run in a Tornado jersey. And as a result, things evened up at 8 apiece early on here. Still only the bottom of the third, folks. And we've been playing for an hour and 20 minutes. An offensive explosion on both ends. Just look at the numbers up on the scoreboard. 0-6, 2-2, 4-2. That one low and outside for ball 1 to Blake Burchett, who is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. At first was ruled safe on an error, but eventually was changed to a single. And looking for his 3rd hit of the afternoon here is Blake. That one nearly hits him. 2 balls, no strikes.
Juan had a hard time corralling that one.
Athletic play there. Stop Mattern from getting over to second. And number 22 back up for the Eefs, Nick Skira. Has appeared in 1 game so far. And the 2-0 here to Burchett on the inside corner for strike 1. Hitters count here to USA South's leader in stolen bases with 25. The pitch. Ripped left side, corralled, throw to second for 1, on to first. The throw is off the line and will roll to the fence. They'll only get 1. It'll be an E4. Fielder's choice, E4 there. A chance to turn 2. And a little bit too ambitious there was Mike Giove on the throw, sailing it past James O'Connor. And doing what you cannot do in these type of games, which is give a team extra outs. So fielder's choice E4, out number 2, but Blake Burchett is going to start this at bat at second now as a result. Instead of the Williams Eefs headed to the dugout. Got to fight for 1 more out once again. Luke Morton at the plate. RBI double his last time up. A base hit here could drive in another one. Looking back, Hart, he'll give a little half-hearted throw to Dave Mossery with Burchett already on the bag. 2 away, runner in scoring position for the Tornadoes. And the first pitch to Morton. Shows bunt, lays down a bunt, but it'll roll foul.
That was so close to perfection there, Brady.
Interesting approach with 2 away. Nearly paid off. But instead, a little dribbler past the third base line for strike 1. Max Hart still out there. Cameron Cook already taken out, the starter for the Tornadoes, and this could be the end of the line for Max Hart. We've seen Nick Skira warming up a couple of times in the bullpen. And the 0-1 pitch to Morton. Shows bunt again, pulls back quickly, and takes ball 1.
And you got to think with third base crashing right there, Burchett's looking to snag himself another bag, potentially.
Perhaps. 1-1, here he goes. Ball misses inside, no throw down to third, and stolen base number 27. 26, rather, for Blake Burchett. 26 here in game number 23 for the Tornadoes. And very well may end up the USA South and Division III leader for the second year in a row. The 2-1 here to Morton. High for ball 3.
Yeah, I'm thinking if Morton reaches base here, we're going to see a pitching change from the Eefs.
Not sure what the pitching situation is for Williams as it compares to the Tornadoes, who are very short-handed. And the 3-1 here from the southpaw. Inside for ball 4. Morton will walk his way aboard. And the Hart looks like he may get at least 1 more batter. And no, he will not. Coming out to make the change here is the head coach, Bill Borelli. He has seen enough from Max Hart, who has allowed 8 as it stands through 2 2/3. And the ball is going to be taken for him. We'll see if it is Skira or not here in just a moment. Taking the ball is Nick Skira. That'll be it for Max Hart. Not the best day for him. Came into the day with an ERA of 0, and safe to say that number shot up a little bit this afternoon. Tie ball game at 8 apiece. New pitcher Nick Skira, and we'll be back in just a moment. Nick Skyra, correction on the name, out there on the mound for the Williams College Eats. And a tied ball game. NATO's with runners on the corners and 2 away. Luke Morton at first, Blake Burchett at third, and Logan Clark, who last time up notched his 100th career base hit at the dish. First pitch to him, high and inside. Once again, 100th career base knock for the Tornado center fielder. It was an RBI triple. Fitting when you consider the way he plays that was the one that did it. The speed Clark plays with. The 1-0. Runner goes. That one sent up the middle, booted. Throw onto first in time to get Clark. A sharp grounder there was booted by Giove, but able to get it over to first anyways to retire at the side. We enter the top of the 4th. NATO's have tied it up once again at 8 apiece here at Gilcone Field. And back here in just a moment for the top of the 4th. Back out here for the top of the 4th, Matt Evans. We'll start it off with Henry Juwan, the catcher for the Eafs. 8-8 here in the top of the 4th. A long-running game. An hour and a half into this one, and we're not even halfway through. Evans, 2/3 of an inning to start it off. Breaking ball there, dropping in for strike 1. And Evans with that long delivery, sort of Kenley Jansen-esque out of the bullpen.
That is a really good comparison, actually. I couldn't think of who it was, but.
The 0-1 is ripped over to short. Morton picks it up. Throw on to first is scooped by Colson Miller. A nice play on both ends there, but a great pick by Miller for out number 1. And Juwan will be retired for the second time. A home run sandwiched in between there, though. We'll bring up Mike Giove. A walk and a home run for him. And the first pitch. Breaking ball dropping in there, and Evans seems to have good control of that pitch. That curveball. No balls and a strike here to Giove, the second baseman. And this one ripped in the air, right center field, chasing after it, Mattern coming under it and making the grab for out number 2. And Matt Evans, a breath of fresh air for head coach Mike Victory and associate head coach Rob Julian here so far. Inning and a third on his line so far recorded. As the fly out there to Mattern. Getting some action out in the field now. And here's James O'Connor. First pitch to him is on the outside corner for strike 1. Generous call there, perhaps, for Evans as he continues to deal. 2 away, nobody on. Evans trying to get the first quick inning we've seen for the Tornadoes as O'Connor tries to lay down a bunt there down the third base line. Cannot put it in play, and now down 0-2. Evans trying to finish him off and get the first 1-2-3 inning we've seen from either side all afternoon. Evans comes set, takes a deep breath, and now the pitch. Lifted in the air to left field. That will drop for a base hit, and some announcers jinx there as the 2-out single comes in for James O'Connor. His first base hit of the afternoon after 2 groundouts.
It was a great job hitting there. 2 strikes, you know, and we harp on that a lot, I feel like, but it's impressive. It's a small part of the game that can lead to big things for both squads.
Taking a page out of the NATO's book, perhaps, as Cole Whitehouse steps in from the right side. Pitch swung on and missed for strike 1, and Evans seems to have some good command of his pitches, not falling behind in the counts thus far.
Yeah, knock on wood there, Brady.
No balls and a strike for Whitehouse. The pitch chopped over left side, high over to Vasquez. The throw on to first in time, and that'll be it. A quick inning for Matt Evans, who has now completed 1 2/3 in relief. We head to the bottom of the 4th, all tied up. NATOs with a chance to take the lead. Back here in just a moment. Bottom of the 4th, it'll be Cale Ayler to lead things off here. A single and a strikeout on the line for Cale Ayler thus far. And Nick Skyra back out there. Got the final out of inning number 3, and his first pitch way outside for ball 1 to Ayler.
And Cale today isn't working his or wearing his normal
switched
work
it up.
gloves.
Switched it up for the Blues. 1-0. Low and inside for ball 2, and for Ayler, maybe sacrificing the handy old work gloves for the betterment of the drip, per se. The 2-0 to Ayler is sent foul down the left side. Skyra, 6', 203 out of Armonk, New York. Byram Hills High School, junior pitcher. The 2-1. Outside for ball 3. And Skyra in danger of putting the leadoff man on in Cale Ayler.
Yeah, and this is a dangerous spot to be with Ayler up the bat. Just knowing how powerful he is with each swing.
3-1 is swung at aggressively there and fouled off.
Aggressively indeed. He was looking to put that thing on the track down there.
Seriously. Full count here to Ayler. And the payoff pitch coming from Skyra. Here it is. That one inside and low for ball 4. And a leadoff walk for the Tornado first baseman here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, Skyra didn't like that one. Gave it a little hop up there on the mound.
Bring up Frankie Vasquez, who was a walk and a ground out today after being named the USA South Player of the Week, going 8 for 10 in the weekend series against Pfeiffer. And the first pitch to Frankie in there for strike one.
Vasquez looking to stay hot here. Carry this into the weekend. Wesleyan coming here.
Big series. And the runner goes. No, runner does not go. Pump fake there from Cale Ayler. Took off a few steps and then headed back over. Thought better of it. That went in there for a strike two. Vasquez. And an 0-2 hole here in the pitch. Sent up the middle. Picked up by the shortstop on a slow roll. Taken to the bag himself. Throw on to first. Is past the first baseman. It'll be a fielder's choice. Vasquez not going anywhere, though. And Frankie's still looking for his first hit of the afternoon. Ayler retired at second via the force. And now here's Lucas Granada. First pitch here to Granada is chopped over left side, past the third baseman for a base hit. Pumping the brakes around second is Frankie Vasquez. And a one-out single for Lucas Granada, his second of the afternoon.
Yeah, and he just squeaked it right by the third baseman there. It looked like he was trying to play the bunt again, like he was earlier in this game.
Yeah, Jacob Cohn reaching out for that one. Can't get to it.
Yeah, it's a tough play, especially when you're worried about the bunt, because Granada has great speed out of the box, so put him in no man's land over there on the hot corner.
Granada able to get his second base hit of the afternoon, and now here's Colson Miller. Walked his last time up to help start a rally, and that one, ooh, low and outside, called a strike. And Miller in an 0-1 hole with runners on first and second, and one away. The 0-1 here to the Tornado first baseman. Low and away for ball one. Count evened up. Skyra takes a look in. And the pitch. Low and outside for ball two. Hitters count now for Miller. NATO's with a chance to break through and take the lead once again here. Have not had a lead since 2-0 in the first. Have been tied a couple of times now. 6-6 and 8-8. Trailed 8-6 as well. That one drops in there for strike two.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to look at. Hitters count right there. I don't know what Miller was waiting on, but that looked pretty good from up here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 away. And the pitch. Swung on and missed by Miller. A big strikeout there for Skyra for out number 2. And now Kenny Pridmore, maybe the best bat of the day for the Tornadoes thus far. A single and a home run. And that home run tied the ball game up at 8. And now trying to add on to his success. A base hit here will give him another RBI, most likely, with Frankie Vasquez on second and going on contact. Skyra's first pitch. Swung on, chopped, left side, coming on after it, picking it up, throw onto first is off the mark. Pridmore slips coming around first. Vasquez will come in to score. And it will be an RBI. Infield single. And the error will advance Lucas Granada the third to take a second score in that one. Infield single for Pridmore. Bad throw once again. And if there's anything that the Williams College infielders need to work on, it's their throws to first. We've already seen a bunch of them off the mark. NATO's with a lead now, 9-8.
They've out-hit the Eafs today.
That one's sent over to the left side. This throw over to first is in time to retire Taylor Mattern. And that will be it for the 4th inning. NATO's leading at 9-8 as we head to the 5th. Don't go anywhere, folks. Monday afternoon baseball here at Gilcone Field. Back here for the 5th inning. Things about to get rolling with Matt Evans out there. His 3rd frame. He's recorded an inning and 2/3 in relief. And done well as he gets ready to face the bottom 3 hitters in the Eafs lineup. And that one missing for ball 1 to start things off to Anthony Lodds, who has a double and a walk today. The 1-0. Outside ball 2. The 2-0. In there for strike 1. Evans fine in the zone. Evans comes set. Now the 2-1. Low and outside for ball 3. Three balls and a strike, in danger of walking the leadoff hitter Lodds. And the pitch from Evans is ripped over to third past Frankie Vasquez for a leadoff base hit. Lodds will stay put at first. And he's been a tough out today. A double, a walk, and a single. And so is this next guy, Matthew Brown. A bomb his first time up in inning number 2, and then a walk. And Evans seeking an out here. Lodds on first. They've been taking a look at that long delivery. See if they try and go here. Not on the first pitch. That one in the dirt. Stopped by Pridmore.
Yeah, that's a good job by Evans right there, adapting and working a slide step here after that first double steal.
Ball and no strikes. And the pitch. Runner goes, that one in the dirt. And it'll be a stolen base for Anthony Lodds. Now in scoring position, standing, presenting the tying run. Two balls and no strikes here. For number 1, Matthew Brown. Evans trying to not fall behind 3-0 here. And the pitch. Showing bunt, laying down bunt, and watching it drop back foul. Matthew Brown. Hitters count here to Brown. Evans seeking the first out of the frame. With Anthony Lodds, the left fielder, standing at second. And the pitch. Just misses the outside corner. Could have evened the count up. Instead, 3-1 here to Brown.
Yeah, that's a tough miss right there. I don't know really where that did miss, honestly. Looks good.
As it stands, 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swung and sent back foul to load the count up full. Full count here. And the payoff pitch by Evans. Swung on, ripped over to first, picked up by Miller. He'll take it over to the bag for out number 1. Lodds will make his way over to third. And nice job regrouping there by Matt Evans after giving up a single to the last batter after going into a 3-ball count and then going into another 3-ball count here at 3-1 and bouncing back to get out number 1.
That was a great job doing a job there by Brown, and good job by Miller over there first with the corralling it in, just getting out.
One away, and now the pitch to the 9-hole hitter, Lopatron, sends Kenny Pridmore back flying.
Yeah, that looked like just miscommunication, man. Looked like Pridmore was expecting some off speed, and Evans threw him the heater. Pridmore takes a deep breath there.
That one will wake you up.
Yeah, no doubt.
Ball and no strikes here to Lopatron, who has a walk and an RBI single in this one. NATO's leading by 1, tying run on third, and that one lifted in the air, center field, coming on Clark. We'll see if there's a play at the plate. Coming on in shallow center, Clark, throw onto the plate. The runner will not try it. It gets by Pridmore. The runner still will not go anywhere. And a big out number 2 there for Evans in the form of a fly out to Logan Clark by Lopatron. Will set us back to the top of the lineup, Dave Mosry. Mosry still looking for his first base hit of the afternoon. A strikeout, a walk, and a fielder's choice for him in this one.
Yeah, that just looked a little too shallow to take off from third there, especially with the arm strength of Clark. And he was coming in with momentum, so probably a smart move there by Lods over there.
And it will be a pinch hitter in place of Mosry. Number 11, Brendan Stannard. Stannard going to take his first cuts of the afternoon here with 2 away and a man on third against Matt Evans. First pitch, he's going to miss inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Swung on and missed there. Strike 1. Count even to 1 apiece with 2 away. Runner 90 feet away is Anthony Lods, the left fielder, who got on with a leadoff single. Since then, a ground out and a fly out. The 1-1 on the outside corner for strike 2, and Evans a strike away from completing his 3rd inning of relief. Already through 2 1/3. Evans comes set. And the 1-2. Swung on and missed. He got him swinging, strike 3. Evans slams the door there and leaves Lodge stranded at third. NATO's lead it 9-8 as we head to the bottom of the 5th here at Gilcone Field. Home half of the 5th. Blake Burchett to start things off here. Blake 2 for 3 with a couple of singles in the 1st and 2nd. Now will take his hacks in the 5th. NATO's holding a 1-run lead, 9-8. First pitch to Blake is going to miss inside for ball 1. Nick Skyra back out there once again. An inning and a 3rd under his belt. And the 1-0 pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Burchett reached on a fielder's choice, followed up by an error last time. As that one on the black for strike 2. And a couple of questionable calls Last two pitches from the home plate umpire have Blake Burchett in a 1-2 hole. Skyra shakes off his catcher, Juwan. Now the pitch. On the outside corner for strike 3. Burchett can't believe it. Out of those 3 calls, that was probably the closest one, but strike 3 is the result for Blake Burchett looking. And the third strikeout for the Natives today, Cale Ayler and Colson Miller have also fallen victim to the K, but that was the first one looking. And it'll bring up Luke Morton, who has an RBI double and a walk today as he takes strike 1. And Skyra finding the zone, perhaps with the help of the home plate umpire these last 2 pitches, although that one was on line. The 0-1 in there for strike 2, and Skyra moving fast now.
Yeah, he's definitely found a rhythm here early. With the help of the home plate umpire or not, he's still hitting the strike zone pretty effectively. At least close enough to make a call.
The 0-2 taken outside and low in the dirt for ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes here to Morton, and the pitch is chopped over to third. On the hop, he's got it. Throw on to first is over the head of the first baseman, O'Connor. And Morton is going to get into second, will pump the brakes and slide back in. Was thinking about 3 there. And an error there by Jacob Cohn will put Luke Morton on second with 1 away.
Ambitious aggressiveness there from Morton. Rounding second. Slides back in. Looks a little banged up. Kind of been over trying to catch his breath maybe. But
Now batting for the Tornadoes, center field number 15, Logan.
So bring up Logan Clark. Logan 1 for 3, an RBI triple, as well as an RBI ground out. The pitch. Check swing fouled over towards the bullpen of the Eafs. Oh, and 1 here to Clark. And the pitch. In there for strike 2.
yeah, that off speed's looking awesome right now from Skyra, excuse me.
Skyra finding that rhythm here, but the Natives do have a runner on second via the error. And the 0-2 pitch coming here to Logan Clark. Check swing, that one's in there. Clark knew it. Another looking strikeout for the Tornadoes, and now 2 away. If it wasn't for the error, that could have already put him down, but instead, it'll be Cale Ayler coming up. Single and a walk on his line with a strikeout between the 2. Ayler looking for his second base hit of the afternoon. First pitch swinging hard too, and missing there to go down 0-1. Runner in scoring position is Luke Morton, the Tornado shortstop. 2 away. The pitch to Cale Ayler outside for ball 1.
Looks like Skyra has some tail on his fastball almost. Into right-handed hitters, and looks like it's away from Ayler there. Wonder if it's like a 2-seam maybe.
Ball and a strike. And the pitch. In there for strike 2. It's a questionable zone this inning. And in a 1-2 hole now is Ayler. Skyra feeling it. And the pitch. Sent in the air, left field, chasing after it, getting crossed up, and cannot make the catch. The left fielder, Anthony Lodds, lets that one by. It'll be an extra base hit, an RBI double for Cale Ayler, and an insurance run to make it 10-8 Tornadoes. Cale Ayler, as he does so often, comes through there with 2 outs. Another two-strike hit. Was there 2 strikes on that one for Kale?
Yes, there were, Brady, and that is another. That's his second one of the day with 2 strikes on him. But I mean, you got to think though, if the East get if the East get Morton out, they'll throw it over for
Ayler doesn't even come up.
Yeah, innings over, and it's just tough trying to help your pitcher there, and you can't do it.
An unearned run for Skyra. His second run allowed. And Ayler now standing at second for Frankie Vasquez. Throwing back to second now, and Ayler will just get in there. Giovi was coming in from behind him to try and come down with that one and tag Ayler out, and perhaps a good throw or a better throw does get Ayler there, but able to get underneath the tag. Frankie still searching for his first base hit of the afternoon after a sizzling hot weekend. The 1-0 swung on and missed, chased after a high pitch there, and he knows it, a little bit frustrated with himself, gives himself a knock in the helmet with the bat out of frustration, assumedly. And the 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for strike 2, and Vasquez visibly upset with that one. And either asking or stating something to the home plate
Yeah, he didn't like that one
umpire
right
there. And the 1-2 here to Vasquez. On the outside corner, you knew the ump was going to do that. On the outside, way outside, Vasquez has some words. Coach Victory might have some words here. And that was a call out of pure spite for Vasquez. After having some words for him on the last pitch, that one nowhere close, and an atrocious call by the home plate umpire there. That one was nearly in the left-handed batter's box, but since Frankie Vasquez hurt the umpire's feelings, he rung him up. That'll send us to the top of the 6th. NATO's get an extra run and lead at 10-8. Back in just a moment. Back here for inning number 6. Matt Evans back out of the bump again. And the first pitch here taken for a ball. Jacob Cohn, the third baseman, at the dish. And that one low as well. Ball 2. Two balls, no strikes here, and the pitch from Evans. Lifted in the air, left field, and that one is going to go a long way and fly out of here. Jacob Cohn puts Williams back within a run with a home run there. The 4th of the afternoon for Williams College and the 5th total that we have seen in this ball game. 10-9 Tornadoes as Cone crosses the plate and leads things off with a bomb here in inning number 6. First pitch in there for strike one to Henry Juwan, who also has a home run on his line. And the 0-1 on the outside corner for strike two. At least he's consistent with that call. No balls and 2 strikes here for Evans, trying to rebound. And the pitch to Juwan is sent up the middle for a base hit. The hat comes off of Evans' head. And another base hit. Back-to-back hits to start off inning number 6 for the Eafs. And looks like there is movement in the Tornado pen. Looks like a lefty. Juwan taking a close look there at first at Matt Evans. And the pitch outside for ball 1. Mike Giove. It's Aiden Williams in the bullpen, a lefty for the Tornadoes, in case Evans is starting to run out of gas. That one low and outside. Two and 0 here for Evans. And the pitch to Giove in the dirt to the backstop. Juwan will get to second, and now the tying run in scoring position with nobody away here in the top of the 6th. And the 3-0 misses for ball 4, and Evans has now put each of the first 3 runners on. Well, didn't exactly put Cone on. He circled the bases, but now the go-ahead run is on base for the Eafs.
Now batting first baseman number 19, James O'Connor.
Bring up James O'Connor. Had a single his last time up. Before that, a pair of groundouts. And another one of those would be tremendous for the Tornadoes right now. First pitch from Evans, showing bunt, pulling back, and taking strike 1 is O'Connor. Hitting from the left side, number 19. Vasquez playing a bit in front of the bag, as well as Colson Miller. Luke Morton back on the edge of the outfield grass. And the 0-1 from Matt Evans. Showing bunt again, flailing at it and missing is O'Connor, nearly stumbling down to first base. No balls, 2 strikes here to O'Connor, and a potential for a big out number 1 here. Evans takes a look back, comes set, now the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. O'Connor can barely keep his feet in the box, and he's set down on strikes.
Yeah, that did not seem like your typical 2-strike swing right there. He looked like he was trying to hit him a 3-run shot right there.
Missing the mark there. And here's Cole Whitehouse, who's 0 for 3. 2 on, 1 out for the Eafs. And the first pitch taken high for ball 1. Breaking ball there by Evans, just missing the mark.
Yeah, that's not normally a spot you want to miss with a off-speed pitch.
The 1-0 here from Evans. Low for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second for Williams. And the pitch. Ripped into left field for a base hit. That will tie the ball game up. Granada's throw in will be cut off by Morton and will prevent Giovi from getting third, but the game is tied up all even at 10 once again. RBI single there for Cole Whitehouse. He comes through for his first base hit of the afternoon. And it looks like that's going to be all she wrote for Matt Evans. He doesn't seem happy about it. Started to run out of gas here in the 6th, and Mike Victory is going to bring in a new pitcher, presumably the lefty Aiden Williams, who we saw. And yes, that is exactly who will be coming in here, as Evans will go down after 3 innings pitched exactly, I believe, on the line. 3 innings pitched, and here comes Aiden Williams, the lefty. Call to the bullpen for Mike Victory, and we'll be back here in just a moment. All tied up, 10 apiece. Aiden Williams now in there for the Tornadoes. The lefty trying to keep this ball game all tied up with 1 away. Matt Evans exiting the ball game in his 4th inning in relief. 3 official innings pitched on his line. And the first pitch from Williams is going to hit Anthony Lodds and put him aboard and load the bases. Not the start you want there if you're Aiden Williams. It'll bring up Matthew Brown, who has a home run in this ball game.
Now batting right field number 1, Matthew Brown.
The Eafs threatening here. All tied up at 10. And the pitch from Williams in there for strike 1. Brown, 1 for 2, a home run, a walk, and a ground out. With the bases full, nowhere to put him. And the 0-1, high for ball 1. Count even, one apiece, with number 1 at the plate and 1 away. And the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. And now Matthew Brown in a hole 1-2. Here's the pitch. Bounces and hits. Matthew Brown, a second straight hit by pitch upon entry for Williams. Back-to-back hit by pitches, and now the Eves have taken a lead once again, 11-10 now.
Now batting center field number 2.
They'll bring in Lucas Lopatron. Lopatron in there now. Bases still loaded after a second consecutive hit by pitch from Williams, who was ahead 1-2. And the pitch lifted deep in foul ground for a loud, long strike 1.
Yeah, Brady. Excuse me. I believe that was our 4th lead change of the day. Could be wrong, but
Back and forth affair here. Only in the 6th inning, 11-10 lead now for Williams. And Aiden Williams has got to lock in here and keep it in check. The pitch is popped up right side. Miller coming underneath it, and he will make the grab for out number 2, a big out number 2. And Aiden Williams going to try and retire Stannard here. Brendan Stannard.
Now batting number 11, Brendan Stannard.
And now with this one, with Stannard batting, the Eves have batted around this inning. This is the 9th batter of the inning. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. Hopefully these last few pitches go to prove that Williams finding his groove. And the 0-1. High and tight, nearly another hit by pitch. And the count even at 1 apiece.
yeah, and it's important for the Tornadoes here really to limit this as much as possible.
The 1-1 from Williams nearly hits the batter again. And he has got to bring that ball more towards the middle of the plate, playing with fire. And has been burnt a couple of times already. Back-to-back hit by pitches upon arrival. And the 1-1 nearly hits him again, missing inside 3-1. And at some point, you've got to change your release point. Three balls and a strike. Williams needs to rein it in here, trailing by 1 with 2 away. The 3-1 pitch taken for strike 2, and the bat flip and the hop to first on the called strike. That was what we thought Frankie Vasquez might have been in danger of earlier.
A little premature there.
And now the count full, bases loaded, 2 outs, runners are going to be going. The pitch. Chopped at, swung on over to Colson Miller. He's got it. He'll step on the bag for out number 3. Aiden Williams with the tightrope act here in the top of the 6th in relief. NATOs give up 3 runs. They now trail it 11-10 as we head to the home half of the 6th. A lot of baseball left. Back in just a moment. Home half of the sixth, NATO's find themselves trailing once again, 11-10. New pitcher here is Jacob Martin for the Eves, and his first pitch will be taken for a ball and off the mitt of Henry Juwan for ball one. The 1-0 inside for ball two here to Lucas Granada. But an interesting game. 5 combined home runs, 4 of them by the Eves, and a bunch of lead changes. NATO's trailing at 11-10 as it stands right now. And the 2-0, high for ball three. Jacob Martin not demonstrating a lot of control early on in his first batter. And a 3-0 here to Granada. In the dirt for ball four, a 4-pitch walk to lead things off for Granada. Tornadoes have played at least one run every inning to this point. And here's Colson Miller. He'll try and move Granada over. Miller 0 for 2, a fly out, a strikeout, and a walk. We'll see if Granada tries to run. Not likely with the lefty on the mound, as that one high for ball one. And to start things off, 5 balls and counting for Jacob Martin. And the pitch. High and outside for ball two. 6 straight balls. And now Juwan going to go talk things over here and try and relax Martin as a 1-run lead hangs in the balance for the Williams College Eeps. Miller stepping back into the box, ahead 2-0. In the pitch. Taken, first strike, thrown by Martin, and Miller in a hitter's count here. On deck is Kenny Pridmore, who is 3 for 3 on the afternoon. And the 1-2. Lifted in the air, center field, and that one will be an easy grab for the center fielder, Low Patron, for out number 1. 0 for 3 now is Colson Miller, and it'll bring up Kenny Pridmore, who is 3 for 3, single, a home run, and an infield single.
Now batting for the Tornadoes, the catcher, number 46, Kenny Pridmore.
Yeah, and Pridmore's been the hottest bat, I believe, for the NATOs today.
First pitch to him is inside for ball one, and yes, 100%. That home run really reignited the Tornadoes, gave them a second win. Not that they had really slowed down at that point, but had been at a deficit and came back and tied it up at 8 apiece with that Pridmore shot as Kenny takes strike one there to even the count. One and one here. Lucas Granada standing on first with the one away. And a pitch from Morton. Low and inside in the dirt for ball two. And if you're the Tornadoes right now, you're not swinging unless you get a golden pitch down the middle until Martin gives you a reason to swing the bat.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one, Brady. I mean, we haven't seen a lot of consistency so far.
2-1 swung on and missed. That was a good pitch. And the count even at 2 apiece. Lucas Granada still standing on first. Kenny Pridmore trying to move him over. Taylor Mattern on deck. And the 2-2. Chopped foul down the third base side, and an opportunity for more of that 2-strike hitting that we've talked about all afternoon and really all season. One of the areas the NATOs excel in, and most definitely have excelled in today. With Lucas Granada standing at first, the lefty Morton comes set. 2-2 pitch. Taken high for ball three and the count full. If Kenny can fight and manage a walk here, or even a base hit, then you'll really be cooking first and second, one away, with Mattern coming up and Blake Burchett on deck behind him. The full count pitch is popped up and out of play. Granada was going.
He had a really good jump right there on that one. But, of course, Pridmore at the plate has to battle, keep himself alive. So
Pridmore fighting, and if he can just foul those off and get one more ball, he'll find his way aboard next to Lucas Granada. And a throw back over to first. Nowhere. Granada not even having to dive back in. And another payoff pitch coming here from Martin. The southpaw looking in. Comes set. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. That was ball 4. Pridmore went after it and is set down as a result. Oh, that was first and second with 1 out, and instead Granada stays put at first with 2 away, and Mattern coming up. Mattern 0 for 2 has popped out and grounded out and has walked as well. And it's up to him to keep this inning going, and NATO's trailing by 1. First pitch to Mattern is swung on. Not sure if that was fouled or missed and off the face mask of Juwan. Either way, it's strike 1. Mattern trying to put one in a gap here and let Granada run. Be going on contact with 2 away. And the pitch. Granada goes. Throw down to second is on the money to get Granada. And a rare caught stealing for the Tornadoes. Juwan guns him down, and that will do it for inning number 6. We head to the top of the 7th. NATO's trailing by 1, 11-10. Back in just a moment. Start of the 7th here at Gilcone Field. NATO's trailing by a run, and Aiden Williams back out there to try and keep it that way. Don't let it get any further away here as we head to the bottom third of the game. Final part here as we start the 7th. NATO's trailing 11-10, and to greet Williams will be Jacob Cohn. Hit a home run to lead off the last inning and takes this one, chops it over to Williams, chasing after it. There will not be a play. Burchett tried to come in and flip it over, and Williams not able to get off the hill and field that one. It'll be an infield single, one of the softest base hits you will ever see. Kind of just in that no man's land. Williams not able to range over and get it. And a leadoff infield single that easily could have been out number 1. We'll put a runner on first with nobody out for Henry Juwan, the Eves catcher.
That's Cohn's 3rd hit of the day.
Cohn
on the day,
2 singles, one of them an infield one, and a home run. That one chopped over to Vasquez. Knocked down. Has no play. 2 unfortunate base hits there. An infield single. Back-to-back infield singles for the Eves. And 2 base hits without the ball even leaving the infield as Williams set up with Mike Giove coming to the plate. Walked his last time up. Before that, a fly out, a home run, and a walk. So 1 for 2 is the line for Mike Giove. The second baseman now moved to short. Williams takes a step off, looks over to second, nobody covering the bag. Williams comes set for the first pitch to Giove, and here it is. Showing bunt, laying down the bunt, and it'll go foul. Giove, right idea there, wrong execution, sending that one past the third base line. You'll take an out here if you're the Eafs in exchange for getting 2 guys in scoring position. You already have one with Cone standing at second. Back-to-back infield singles. And the 0-1 high for ball 1. That's the other thing. The way the NATOs kind of have given up those last couple infield singles. That last one was a rocket, but you want to challenge the defense and make them make a play.
Yeah, it's important here to potentially roll 2, honestly.
Showing bunt again, and he pulls back. Ball 2. Williams do not want to get into the 3-1 count and risk loading the bases with nobody out here. You got to get one somehow.
Yeah, I think you honestly just got to throw through the bunt.
However you can find the out, you need it. Showing bunt again, lays it down. Williams gets to it, throw to third is in time. Williams making up for that first batter, Cone, in his infield hit, and gets Cone at third base. A fielder's choice there. A 1-5 fielder's choice. And it'll bring up James O'Connor. Struck out his last time up, 1 for 4 with a single, couple of groundouts, and the aforementioned strikeout. And Williams will take a step off.
Yeah, that was a great play there, just being an athlete, getting off the mound.
I didn't think he had the time to get it over there.
I agree, but
with 1 away, first pitch here to O'Connor. Misses outside for ball 1.
seen a lot of balls out of the zone today, Brady. I mean, not a lot of consistency.
Absolutely.
From any pitcher, really.
Yeah, that one way high and outside for ball 2. And, yeah, either Evans or Skyra, the most consistent in throwing strikes. Neither of the starting pitchers, well, I say neither of the starting pitchers. Hart did a decent job throwing strikes, but he was just getting hit. 8 hits, 8 runs, all earned. 2-0 pitch here from Aiden Williams. In there for strike 1. You want to force him to swing, put it in play, and let your defense do something. The 2-1 pitch. Lifted in the air, fouled on the left side, count even at 2. And in this lefty-lefty matchup, Aiden Williams seeking the second out here in the top half of the 7th.
It's not a bad spot to miss right there by Williams on the mound.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Make him chase.
And the pitch. Outside, ball 3, count is full. And you do not want to walk this guy to load the bases with 1 away.
Looking for something up the middle to roll 2 with, or a fly ball, really. Be ideal.
Full count pitch. In the dirt. Ball 4, and Williams loses him. It'll bring up Cole Whitehouse, who was hitless up until his last at-bat where he ripped an RBI single, 0 for 3 before that. And Williams going to try and get either a strikeout or a ground ball if he can with 1 away here. First pitch from Williams, high for ball 1. Got to find the zone.
Especially with nowhere to put him now. I mean, you got to pitch to him. You got to throw to him here.
Someone warming in the tornado pen. The 1-0 here. is ripped in the air, center field, going back after it. Clark, that one is going to be off the wall. One run comes around, another one coming in. Following behind him, a third. A throw to the plate is not in time. 3-run score. It's a bases clearing double, and the NATOs trail it by 4. Cole Whitehouse sent that one a long way. Logan Clark had no shot. Wow.
Yeah, Whitehouse jumped all over that one. Sent that one for a ride.
Whitehouse started this game off 0 for 3. Since then, an RBI single and an RBI double. And the NATOs now trailing by 4 with not a whole lot of time and only 1 out. Runner in scoring position. First pitch here, chopped foul down the left side by Anthony Lodds. Has not been retired today. 2 base hits, a walk, and a hit by pitch for the left fielder of the Eves.
And I mean, Whitehouse put that one in the deepest part of Gilcone on a one hopper. I mean, stroked that thing.
That one drops in there for strike 2 to Lodds.
It's a good job right there by Williams bouncing back and getting ahead in this at-bat, but I feel like the damage has been done quite a bit there.
Absolutely. That one swung on and missed for strike 3. Lodds set down for out number 2, and the runner on second, Williams, going to try and strand him as Matthew Brown steps into the box. Brown, a home run his first at-bat. Since then, a walk, a hit by pitch, and a ground out. First pitch here from Williams. Just misses the outside corner for ball 1. One-0 coming here from Williams. Outside once again, 2-0 to the 8-hole hitter and Eve right fielder Matthew Brown. The 2-0. Swung on and missed there by Brown. Williams trying to get this final out and keep it where it is, 14-10, after the 3-run bases clearing double from Cole Whitehouse. 2-1 from Williams. Swung on and sent over toward the East dugout for strike 2, and the count evened up. Brown out of Westport, Connecticut, Choate Rosemary Hall High School. And the 2-2. Just misses the zone. Williams was walking off the hill, and it's crazy when you look at the strike 3 that Frankie Vasquez got a couple of innings ago.
And
that thing would have got called 4 times over to Frankie.
You can see him over laughing over there, kind of giggling about.
Payoff pitch from Williams. In there for strike 3, maybe a makeup call. Brown doesn't like it. Williams does. The damage is done, however, with a 3-run double off the wall from Cole Whitehouse. NATOs trail it 14-10. Got to make up some space here as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Back here in just a moment. Home half of the 7th, it'll be Taylor Mattern to lead things off. 0 for 2 for him. A pop out and a ground out with a walk between those two at-bats. Facing off against Jacob Martin, who completed an inning of relief. And Mattern swings and misses at the first pitch. Martin, the only pitcher on the afternoon for Williams that has kept the NATOs scoreless in an inning, as they trail by 4. The 0-1 is sent back foul. And Mattern quickly in an 0-2 hole, trying to get on base before the lineup flips back over to Blake Burchett. The 0-2 sent foul, right side, chasing after it, O'Connor moving, and that one will go out of play. O'Connor flashing the wheels there, running out into foul ground.
Yeah, it's important right here to get this lead runner on for the Tornadoes.
The 0-2 sent up the middle, coming up, picking it up on a hop, throw on to first will get Mattern for out number 1. Mattern trying to claim O'Connor came off the bag. The umpire did not see it that way, and as a result, that will be out number 1. A ground out to shortstop for Mattern.
Batting for the Tornadoes, the second baseman, number 6, Blake.
And so here comes Blake. Top of the order up here. Time to do something. Down by 4. 14-10 here in the bottom of the 7th. Blake got singles each of his first 2 at-bats. Since then, reached on an error and struck out looking as he takes strike 1 there. Burchett has 3 steals today. Came into the day with 23. Now leads the conference with 26. And the pitch. Misses the outside corner for ball 1. Ball and a strike here to the Tornadoes' second baseman. In the pitch. Burchett sends that one in the air, right field. Coming on after it, Brown. He will make the catch just by the foul line for out number 2. And so here comes Luke Morton with 2 outs and nobody on. NATOs with 10 runs in the first 5 innings and in danger now of going scoreless in both the 6th and the 7th. Morton stepping in, reached on an error his last time. Also has walked and doubled in a run. Doubled in 2 runs, as a matter of fact, to get on to 10 RBIs on the season. And first pitch to Morton, right down the middle for strike 1. And Morton, who struggled badly with his control upon coming into the game, has since settled in and figured it out, it seems, and out away from 2 scoreless innings of relief. The 0-1 in there for strike 2.
Yeah, and it looks like he's really found some comfort there with the off-speed pitch.
Yeah, with that curveball. NATOs might need to sit on that if Morton stays in past this inning. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away. Morton at the dish and the pitch. High for ball 1. Tried to speed him up. Missed upstairs. And the Martin-Morton matchup, as pointed out up here in the booth. We'll see who has the upper hand. The 1-2. This one poked and caught on a diving try. Jacob O'Connor going airborne to make that grab, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Martin. Tornadoes not able to answer the 3-run frame for the Eafs, and we head to the top of the 8th. NATOs trailing at 14-10. Top of the 8th, it'll be Lucas Lopatron to lead things off here. And the pitch taken for ball one. New pitcher is Jacob Frizzell. Aiden Williams final line. An inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs all earned. A walk and 2 strikeouts as well as 2 hit batters. As the 1-0 chopped over to third, Vasquez takes it on a hop. Throw across the diamond is in there to Miller. A perfect strike there by Frankie to start off the 8th. It'll flip the lineup card back over. This will be Stannard. Stannard with his 3rd at bat here. He struck out and grounded out to Colson Miller at first. Frizzell trying to make that 0 for 3. And the first pitch. Showing bunt, getting hit. That's got to count as going around. It does. Not pulling back there. Stannard getting hit but not being awarded the base.
Yeah, that's a tough ordeal right there.
The 0-1 is popped up. Frizzell tells the catcher Pridmore that one's going out of play. Doesn't even bother to turn around and look as it flies out. The 0-2 is spiked, bouncing up over Kenneth Pridmore for ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes. Frizzell trying to get a quick out number 2 with Stannard and the pitch. In there for strike 3, got him looking. Stannard set down on strikes, and that'll bring up Jacob Cone with 2 down and nobody on. Cone, 3 base hits on the day, 2 singles, one of them of the infield variety, and a home run blasted in the 6th.
Batting third baseman number 26, Jacob Cone.
Eves holding a 4-run lead. And the first pitch to Cone. Breaking ball taken for strike 1. No balls and a strike, 2 away. And the pitch in there for strike 2. Frizzell finding the zone.
Something that a lot of other Tornadoes pitchers haven't been able to do consistently today. He stepped in here in the top of the 8th, and he's looked pretty dominant so far. So
The 0-2 coming. Sent back foul. Staying alive is Cone.
Thought might have played there, Brady.
Yeah, if it wasn't for this fence and these windows, he'd have been in trouble.
Never that.
The 0-2. Chopped over left side. Vasquez has it. Couple of steps now, throwing to first in time to Miller. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Frizzell. We head to the home half of the 8th. The NATO's trailing by 4, running out of time here at Gilcone Field. 14-10 East, and we'll be back in just a moment. Home half of the eighth. Natos got to get something going here. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Clark, Ayler, and Vasquez. Logan Clark, a couple of RBIs on the day, 1 for 4. Looking for his second base hit as he takes ball 1 there from Jacob Martin, who's in there for his 3rd inning of relief. The 1-0 here to Clark. Swung on and missed. Nice pitch there by the lefty. Martin, a sophomore, 6'4", 210 out of Miami Beach, Florida. Ransom Everglades School, home of Brevard SID Phil DeMontmollin, possibly the most notable alumni. Class of 1990. A little bit the senior of Martin. And the 2-1 pitch coming here to Clark. Low for ball 3, and Logan Clark with a chance to get on to start things off, and that's exactly what the Natos are hoping for here. The 3-1 pitch. Taken for ball 4, and Logan Clark draws a leadoff walk here in the 8th. And that puts a man on for Cale Ayler. Cale, 2 for 3 in this one, an RBI double, a single, and a strikeout paired with a walk. And if there was ever a time for Cale to switch back to the yellow work gloves, now might have been it. But sticking with the Blues in a lefty-lefty matchup here with Morton. Clark going on the first pitch, throw down to second. Clark is in there under the tag. An aggressive stolen base there for Logan Clark, his 16th stolen bag of the year. And now instantly a runner in scoring position for Ayler. And you know what kind of potential Cale has. He could cut this lead in half with 1 swing.
No doubt about it. I mean, he has power.
4 home runs, tied for second in the USA South. And the 1-0. Swung on, swung through, and into the catcher's mid. Getting a little piece of it there is Ayler, and the count evened up at 1 apiece.
And a lot of his power comes from how fast his hands are getting to the zone. I mean, his ability to turn on the baseball and then protect when he needs to and go backside with it.
And that tall left-handed frame, 6 foot 190. Clark, throw back over to second. Clark might be picked off. He's in a rundown. Brown chasing after him, or rather Giove, and they will get him in the rundown. Clark a little too aggressive there. Martin happy about that one. Out number 1, and now the bases are empty for Cale Ayler. A huge mistake for Logan Clark there. No need to be that aggressive. No need to be that antsy with nobody out and no one in front of or behind you. The 1-1 here to Ayler misses outside for ball 2. And, man, if the Natos aren't able to come back and get the victory in this one, that's one of those plays that'll stick out to you in the 8th when you had nobody out and a runner in scoring position and you gave it away.
It almost looked like Clark wasn't even going to go. It was just a big secondary, and he got caught in no man's land.
The 2-1 there outside for ball 3. And, yeah, Logan Clark maybe just getting a little bit too cute over there at second base right after stealing the bag. And the 3-1 for Martin is swung on, hit over to second base, and it's booted into the outfield. That'll be an error on Stannard. And with 1 away, Cale Ayler able to get on base, and that makes Logan Clark getting caught even that much more disappointing. It'll be an E4 that Ayler reaches on. And this will be Frankie Vasquez, his 5th plate appearance of the afternoon. Still searching for a base hit. Has a walk, a ground out, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout looking. A very questionable strike 3 call. First pitch to Frankie chopped over towards Rob Julian and past his reach. No balls and a strike. Tornado third baseman. You don't need all 4 runs this inning if you can't, but you want to get a couple across here as Vasquez lifts one in the air. Right field coming underneath it. Brown, he will make the catch, and Ayler will retreat back to first for out number 2. NATO's in danger of entering the ninth down 4, which is not a great recipe for success. It'll be Lucas Granada trying to keep this one going. Lucas with a couple of base knocks in this one, 2 singles and a walk, as well as a fly out to center field.
And right there, I mean, after Ayler's at bat with the boot over there at second, then that could be a sacrifice fly right there for Frankie, but
that one called strike 1. Granada had to turn away from it. Strike zone's been all over the place this afternoon. Ayler on first, 0-1 count here to Lucas Granada. The pitch. Inside for ball 1. Surprised he didn't call that one. Will say that it has not just been an attack on the Tornadoes for the most part. It's been inconsistent on both ends. The 1-1 high for ball 2, but the one that I can point to specifically being a quote-unquote attack was that looking strike 3 a few innings ago on Frankie Vasquez. And we saw an issue like that a few weeks ago in the NCAA where an umpire got suspended for doing something like that. 2-1 here to Granada is lifted in the air, center field. That one will not drop. It will be caught by Stannard in the shallow outfield grass. That'll be out number 3. We head to the ninth inning. NATO's trailing it 14-10, trying to hold serve and rally in the bottom of the ninth. We'll be back in just a moment. Final frame here at Gilcone Field. It'll be Henry Juwan to start things off. 3 base hits for him on the afternoon. A home run, a single, and an infield single. And the first pitch by Jacob Frizzell is spiked before it even reaches home plate for ball 1. The 1-0 from Frizzell is chopped foul down the left side. Ball and a strike here for Frizzell, facing the 3-0 hitter Henry Juwan. That one low and outside for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for number 30 of the Eves. And while I've got a moment, got some interesting facts on the Williams College Eves out of Williamstown, Massachusetts. And yes, that is correct, the Eves, as we've been saying all day. More on that in just a moment. 2-1 by Frizzell. Cannot catch the outside corner, 3-1. School named after Ephraim Williams, who founded the school on his French estate in the 1700s. A lot of notable alumni, including famous Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner, as well as 71 U.S. Congress members and 14 alumni that are billionaires. Yes, billionaire with a B, as Kenny Pridmore will go have a word with Frizzell. And yeah, the Eefs, their mascot is a purple cow. A very interesting setup that they've got going on over there in Massachusetts. First baseball team I've ever heard of called the Cows, The 3-1 by Frizzell is lifted in the air, deep center field. Chasing after it, now coming forward is Jock Pledger, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Juwan gave it a ride, but Gil Cone Field able to hold that one in for out number 1. I'll bring up Mike Giove. Hit into a fielder's choice off of a bunt. Last time up, Aiden Williams went for the lead runner at third. Giove came across to score as that one taken high for ball 1. Ball, no strikes. Pitch from Frizzell. Low and outside for ball 2. Giove has 2 walks and a home run. Home run is only base hit of the day, but it was a big one. And the 2-0. Down the middle, swing and a miss. Giove was trying to send that one a long way and couldn't keep his head on it. Frizzell, the righty, comes set. And now the 2-1. Lifted down the right field line and foul ground.
And just got to give another shout out to Frizzell here for his consistency on hitting the strike zone today and getting outs. Just came in and done a really good job, even though the Natives are down 4.
2-2, swung on and missed in the dirt. Throw on to first is a closer play than you'd like, but Miller able to snag that one for out number 2. And a big strikeout there for out number 2. Natos trying to have a quick top of the 9th and then rally in the bottom of the 9th. It will be the bottom 3 in the lineup coming up. Colson Miller, Kenny Pridmore, and Taylor Mattern, barring any changes. Here's James O'Connor. Only 1 base knock in the afternoon for him. That one nearly hits him in the foot, bouncing in the dirt for ball 1. O'Connor, a single right in the middle of 2 groundouts, then a strikeout and a walk. 1 for 4 as he begins his 6th plate appearance. And the pitch from Frizzell. Low for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes, 2 away. The pitch is hit in the air, right field. Mattern will watch it drop in front of him, and a 2-out single there for James O'Connor, his 2nd base hit of the ball game.
Now batting the DH number 20, Cole Whitehouse.
Cole Whitehouse now stepping in. Whitehouse started the ball game off 0 for 3. Since then, an RBI single and then a bases clearing 3-run RBI double. And the first pitch to him here is taken for strike 1. Whitehouse 2 for 5, 2 RBIs, and the 0-1 pitch to him. Bounces in front of the plate, ball 2. Getting to second now will be O'Connor, and now another runner in scoring position. And all of a sudden a base hit likely scores a run and puts the Eves up 5. Ball and a strike, 2 away here, top of the 9th. Natos trailing by 4. Pitch from Frizzell. Just misses the outside part of the plate, ball 2. Hitters count here to Whitehouse. Got to be careful with him. He has shown the ability to drive the ball in this one. Even a couple of his outs were deep flyouts to center. That one swung on and missed, flailing after that one a little bit early, and now the count even up at 2 apiece. The 2-2 from Frizzell. Breaking ball, hit over to third. Vasquez has it on a hop, thinks about the tag, instead goes over to first. Miller reaches out and grabs it for out number 3. Last chance for the Tornadoes, bottom of the 9th coming up. Natos trailing at 14-10. Going to try and mount a rally here in the bottom of the 9th. Back here in just a moment from Gil Cone Field. Bottom of the ninth, final opportunity for the Tornadoes in this one. New pitcher is James O'Connor. O'Connor was playing first base all afternoon for the Williams College Eafs. Now on the mound, new catcher is David Driscoll, as well as a new third baseman, Sasha Palma. And now Jacob Cohn, who was the third baseman, moves over to first. And now here's Parker Cruz, a couple of home runs in the last few games. Hit one against Southern Virginia last weekend, hit another this past weekend against Pfeiffer. And the first pitch he sees is on the outside corner for strike one here against the lefty O'Connor. The 0-1 swung on and missed there by Cruz. And on deck for the NATOs, looks like number 4, Zach Allison, maybe?
No, I believe it's
that's still Pridmore. He's still in there. Looked like just a 4 as Cruz sends this one in the right field. Brown coming on and will make the catch for out number 1. Not what you want there to start it off. It's Kenny Pridmore coming up to the dish here. Pridmore with a home run on the day. Could most definitely use something like that here. With 1 down and only 2 outs remaining, down by 4 here in the ninth. And if the NATOs can't come back in this one, it's apparent that the pitching let them down, as the first pitch for Pridmore is outside for ball 1. Eight runs allowed by Cameron Cook in 2 1/3. 3 runs allowed by Matt Evans, and then 3 more allowed by Williams as Pridmore takes low for ball 2. If you can get Pridmore and then the next batter, who looks like Riley Hokrine, if you can get those 2 on deck or on base and get back to the top of the lineup, got a decent shot. The 2-0 is right down the middle there to Pridmore, and now he'll be able to swing away.
Yeah, it's really important here to make every at-bat count, every pitch. Just look for something you can drive, man. Just get on base and pass the torch off to the next guy.
Pridmore swung at what would have been ball 4 last at-bat. The 2-1 here. Low and inside for ball 3. Had not gone without a base hit his first 3 appearances, and then struck out in at-bat number 4. And now ahead 3-1 here. Can do what he wants. The pitch from O'Connor. Swung on and ripped into right field for a base hit. That one may find a gap. It'll be cut off by Brown, and Pridmore will hit the brakes and get back over to first. A 1-out single for Kenny Pridmore will bring up Riley Hokrine, who we've seen start quite a few games at DH. And not worried about moving anybody over here. You're worried about getting a base hit. And now a pinch runner is going to come in for Pridmore. Looks like it'll be number 49, Christian Riley, sophomore.
Pitch hitting for your Tornadoes, number 99, Riley Hokrine.
So here's Riley Hokrine in place of Taylor Mattern. Mattern 0 for 3. And Coach Mike Victory wanted to see a new bat in there here in the ninth. First pitch to Hokrine, big cut, and a miss there.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the approach you're looking for there from a pinch hitter this late in the game. I mean,
the 0-1 swung on and missed again. Can't find the breaking ball, and quickly in an 0-2 hole. Hokrine in the right-handed batter's box with Riley on first. And the 0-2 here to Hokrine. Sent back foul, staying alive. Hokrine, number 99, coming in to pinch hit, one of the hardest jobs to do in general, but especially in the bottom of the ninth. And the 0-2, taken high for ball 1. And Hokrine's got a battle. The 1-2, high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. And the pitch to Hokrine. Nearly hits him. I would have worn that. And now the count ran full.
Yeah, I think this late in the ball game, you got to find any way on, man.
7th pitch of the AB for Hokrine, and here it is. Outside, ball 4. He works his way back from 0-2 to a walk. And now with Blake Burchett coming up, the NATOs do have 2 on. Another pinch runner will be coming in here. And it looks like it'll be Peter Famero in for Hokrine.
Number 12, Peter Famero. Now batting for your Tornadoes, second baseman number 6, Blake Burchett.
Blake Burchett now into the box. Started the ball game off 2 for 2. Since then, 0 for 3, 2 for 5 total on the day. And with 2 on, here's a good time for base hit number 3. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back. Don't let Burchett get a base hit. Luke Morton get a base hit. Tide might start turning a little bit. NATO's still down by 4, 1 away here. Bottom 9. O'Connor on the mound. Went from 0-2 to a walk last batter. And the 0-1 here to Burchett is ripped in the air, right field. Brown coming on. That one is going to drop and get by the right fielder. Coming around, Riley. Chasing after it, Brown. He will corral it. Coming in to score is Riley. And there's one of the 4 runs the NATOs need. It'll be an RBI double for Burchett. And now here's Luke Morton. Morton has 2 in scoring position. Morton not really the home run hitter, but goodness, if he ever was in his life, now would be the time for it.
That's absolutely right, Brady, but I think a base hit here is still crucial. I mean,
a double
would be
huge.
Ideal.
If he can find that left field gap. First pitch, showing bunt, flailing at the bunt, can't get it. And looking back over to third is Juwan.
That's an interesting approach there. With 1 away, maybe if there was no outs.
I'm not sure about the bunt with 1 out, yeah. I'm not sure I like that unless Morton trusts his speed like that.
And as we know, Morton is pretty quick, but
I think you swing away here. Yeah, you got to. The 0-1, low for ball 1. And if anything, you might not swing. O'Connor struggling to find the zone a bit. He did lay that one in there to Burchett.
And Morton, as you stated earlier on in the game, has been a very effective batter of late.
RBI double in this one for Morton. Sends this one in the air. Right field, chasing after it, Brown. This will score another run in exchange for an out. Heading to third now, and getting there is Burchett. And now the NATOs down to their last out. Cut the lead down to 2. It'll be a sacrifice fly for Morton, his 3rd RBI of the day. And it will all come down to Zach Allison. Logan Clark was taken out of the game after his base running blunder in the 8th. And a tough situation here for Zach Allison. 2 away, bottom of the 9th, trailing by 2 with Peter Famero on third. We did see Allison hit a home run this weekend, and you got to wonder if his approach here is to swing for the fences or to try and drive in Famero and leave it up to Cale Ayler.
Yeah, the NATOs are in a really good spot right here with the part of the lineup that's coming up to bat, but
one thing you really don't want to do is be too aggressive and swing at a bad first pitch and finish the game off right there. You want a patient approach, but not too patient if you're Zach Allison. Famero 90 feet away, NATOs trailing by 2. First pitch to Allison outside for ball 1. And, man, if Morton could have just squared that one up a little bit more to the left, could be 1 out. I know, sacrifice fly. Luke Morton. As Allison whacks one in the right field, Brown is back. He is under it, and he will make the grab for out number 3. Allison gives it a ride, but cannot find any grass, and the NATOs are going to fall here 14-12. NATOs pitching, not able to get the job done in this one. And the Williams College Eves going to advance to 5-4 on the season. NATOs fall to 16-7 here in game number 23 of the season. An early week game that saw a couple of guys we haven't normally seen for the Tornadoes get some action in this one. 14-12. Max Hart for Williams, 2 2/3, 8 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned. And after that, it was Skyra that came in for Williams. Skyra's line, 2 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. After that, Jacob Martin came in, 3 innings pitched, no hits, 2 walks and a strikeout. And finishing things off there was James O'Connor, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, and a walk. For the Tornadoes pitching, Cameron Cook, 2 1/3, 6 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 5 walks. Really set a bad tone for the Tornadoes. Then Matt Evans came in, did a pretty solid job, 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 2 strikeouts for him, followed up by Aiden Williams, an inning of 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 2 Ks. And then Jacob Frizzell coming in for the final 2 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. NATOs falling 14-12 here, 4 home runs for the Williams College Eves off the bats of Jacob Cohn, Henry Juwan, Mike Giovi, and Matthew Brown. 4 bombs off the bats of the Eves. For the Tornadoes, they had 1, and that was Kenny Pridmore in the 3rd inning. NATOs had plenty of offense, 12 runs on 13 hits with 1 error, but the Eves just a little bit better. 14 runs, 15 hits, despite 4 errors. They get the victory here in this one. So the NATOs, after a weekend sweep, falling in this one, but as far as conference results go, this one clearly will not matter. Not a conference opponent all the way from Massachusetts coming here and getting the 14-12 victory. NATOs, we will not see them again until this weekend, a crucial home series. They will take on North Carolina Wesleyan, the team that they are tied with for first in the USA South, both sitting at 6-0 in conference in a huge weekend series.